From the time Ngozi Ibe, Nollywood Radio France is where you get all your authentic news. Come and get the news just how it is, raw and real.
Cyprian, do you know what I love about Africa?
What, Rebecca?
Oh, what a great question. What I love about Africa is our ability to entertain. As Africans, we know how to be entertained. We like to listen to music, watch movies, go to parties. That's pretty much what you find in Africa.
That's correct, Rebecca. That's why we're inviting you to Nollywood Radio France. Our listeners listen to be entertained. So listen to Nollywood Radio France for all African entertainment, reviews, interviews, and everything Nollywood.
Absolutely. And guess what? What a great opportunity to have your products on Nollywood Radio France. Our listeners listen to be entertained. So why not bring your products to Nollywood Radio France and have these wonderful people know about your products?
Correct. Rebecca is right. And that is why we're talking to you. We want your products on Nollywood Radio France.
So don't hesitate. What are you waiting for? Our listeners listen to be entertained. They want to hear about your exciting products and services. Our prices are affordable. We are available 24 hours a day. Our listeners listen 24 hours a day all over the world. Africans in the U.S., Africans in the U.K., Africans in France, even Africans in Africa. What a great opportunity to have these wonderful people know about your products and services. Give us a call right now. +33 624 784 561. Again, our telephone number is +33 624 784 561. Call right now.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Onyeka Nwelue. Please stay with us. I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
My name is Onyeka Nwelue. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a filmmaker and also a writer. I wrote The Abyssinian Boy, and I shot a short film here in Paris last year called The Beginning of Everything Colorful, which stars British actor Dudley Oshonusi. He's a very popular actor who appears in Rihanna's We Found Love video. And I'm also making efforts to make other films in Igbo language, which I'm going to shoot in Enugu this December.
How long have you been in Paris? Can you tell us how many years you lived in France or in Paris?
I've been in Paris off and on for 2 years now, off and on, going and coming back. And I move in and out 2 months, and then I come in. That's it. That's how long I've been in Paris. More.
Okay. And now the movies you're shooting, some of them are shot in Paris or in Nigeria or both?
Both, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, both. But the short film was majorly shot here in Paris.
Okay. Now, what do you think about the movie we just seen? I mean, talking about HIV and then how we can protect ourselves, especially for the young people.
I think that was a very brilliant piece of work. It captured my imagination for so many reasons, like the characters speak Igbo. I'm Igbo myself, and I could grab the humor in Igbo language more than in English. And it was a little bit unbelievable at the end, where people are asked to go and check themselves and everybody rushes out to go. It was really funny, even though it's a tragic film, but it struck a chord in me, and I think it's one of the best short films I've ever seen. As I told the director himself, it's one of the best.
Now, before this interview, you said you're going to Nigeria to shoot a movie. Can you tell us what just the storyline of the movie you're going to shoot in Nigeria? You'll be going tomorrow, right?
I'm going on Thursday. The film is called 97. It's set on the backdrop of Lakuti's death. The morning of his death, two friends in Enugu actually witnessing something mysterious in their lives, and it's just more like a connective story. We're going to have somebody from the Fela family start narrating the story for us somehow, so we're going to connect it. It's more like a connection of different cultures, but it's also going to be in Igbo language. So the story is either we have Shin Kuti narrating in Yoruba, and then the characters in the film are going to speak Igbo in Enugu, which is where we're shooting.
Just the last question, why in the Igbo language?
I think it's time. I actually figured that films in indigenous languages are more interesting than the ones in English language, and the actors feel more comfortable speaking their language. That's why you can get to villages and get people to come and act in your films without them being professional actors or people who went to film schools, because you are more comfortable in your language and in your skin, in your flesh, than in another man's language, which I find very irritating in Nollywood films, that people don't really people are not articulate enough in English language in Nollywood films, so they should just switch to our languages, and it will be very, very interesting project we have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com. Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just a time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now,
Easy to find.
I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I trained in Hollywood, and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian, and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater at Kim Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest region of the United States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
That's great. Now, before going into your extensive career in Nollywood and Hollywood industry, I would like to ask you one question, because it's wonderful what you're doing. Maybe you must have forgotten, or you don't know what I'm going to say. It's all about your foundation, Lift a Village and Pascal Atuma Foundation, and there is written a day to put a smile on a kid's face project. I love that.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That project actually is, a lot of people go into show business for different reasons. But I went into show business because I have passion for show business, I have passion for acting, I have passion for performing, and I also have another passion, which is helping people. I want to see people smile. I want to see people happy. I want to see people anything I can do to help you, that's my goal. Because I feel like that's the reason why we all came into the world. And you don't want to come into the world and take without giving back. I'd rather give and not take. So that's what we're doing with the Put a Smile on a Child's Face program. We are starting with Sierra Leone. So on January 11th of next year, just a few weeks from now, we're going to be in a village in Sierra Leone, where we're going to have an all-day event for 600 children, where we're going to feed them, we're going to play with them, we're going to teach them, we're going to have some of my friends come in and perform for them, and at the end of the night, we're going to show them a film, just to let them know that today is your day. We just want you to smile, or don't worry about anything. We're going to be served. Anything you want today is going to be provided. That way, they will be inspired. Because if they know that I came from a village, another village in Nigeria, and now I'm playing Hollywood and Nollywood, and I'm able to come back. So some of them will know that they can do the same. So it's all about inspiring people, trying to just make a change. Because some of those kids, they will always remember January 11th. So after Sierra Leone, our next place is Togo. Then Togo to Ghana. Ghana, Cameroon, and Nigeria is going to be our 5th stop. So that's why we put a smile on a child's face.
This is wonderful. You really put a smile on my face also. I look like a child. The child in me, you put a smile on my face. So really, it's touching. It's wonderful. Thanks so much for that. I think our listeners will really want to do something. But if somebody wants to help what you're doing, your foundation, where can the person go?
Okay, you see, if you look at the flyer, you see I'm working in cahoots with the Lift a Village, which is another foundation run by a young, vibrant girl from South Asia, Aisha Koroma. So if you want to help with anything, if you go on my Facebook page or Twitter page, you see her email on there. Then all you got to do is email her or call her, right? Because by God's grace, we're a little bit too busy, so I don't have the luxury of time to take the emails or the phone calls. So everything goes through her. You see what I'm saying? Then she reports to me, and then we work it out like that with a couple of other people. There's a lot of people that are working with us, very good people. Okay. So, but she's the point of contact, because it's not gonna be easy for me to handle that. I know. So she handles that. Yeah. But if you want, I can put her name out there publicly, but I think it's best for them to go through you, right, and get it. Because we're not looking for any kind of money. We're looking for legit money, and we don't want to attach ourselves to any political group either. We don't take money from political groups. So we just want to work with people that are interested in humanity. That's it, humanity, companies interested in humanity, people interested in changing lives. We don't want anybody to see us as a platform to advertise their political ambition, and we're not interested in any kind of money. We screen the money that we are going to accept.
That's great.
So if you're for humanity, and we know that you're for humanity, we will accept to work with you.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just a time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now, I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I train in Hollywood, and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian. and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater at Kim Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest Region of the United States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
Now, describe your early encounter with Nollywood as a young actor and its most problematic aspects today as you see it.
Coming into Nollywood, being trained in the US, in Texas, I moved to California where I started my acting career. I was introduced into Nollywood by two people. Stanley Ikogo, who was a producer with the Fortune people, the TV show Fortunes that was done by Zebe Jiro and Co. He was a producer with them. And then his friend Austin Austin Ndukwe in Houston. So Stanley introduced me to Austin. Now Austin found out that I was playing in Hollywood. And he said, my brother, our own country needs people like you. You can do your Hollywood, but the place you can make a very serious impact is in Nollywood. So now they introduced me into Nollywood, and I went on. By then I already did my first film only in America, which was for the Hollywood market. Then I did another one, Hurricane in Rose Garden. They said, okay, this is all good. It's beautiful to see your films in Blockbuster, Walmart, but we need one that our people can buy from the African market. That's when I went and I did my American Nurse one. So when I did American Nurse one, we got into. Then when we got into Nollywood newly, it's still a growing industry up to today, but things have changed a lot. Now you can't just do any crap, throw any crap together and sell it. Now that Nollywood have professionals now. We have trained professionals. We have trained directors, trained producers, trained writers, trained sound people, gaffers, makeup artists. People are now specializing. Unlike before, where one person can do it all. So you see most of our directors coming out to get training from LA Film School, the New York Film Academy, people trying to get acting classes, are already established professionals. So Nollywood is evolving. It's evolving and it's growing, and I'm very impressed, and I thank God that I'm a part of Nollywood.
Now, let's talk about your movies, and which of them would you say made more impact in terms of viewers in the United States, Europe, and African countries, precisely Nigeria?
My American Nurse.
Yeah. Why? Why do you say that?
Yeah, my American Nurse, because, a lot of young ladies in Africa, when you go, the story of American Nurse is not only related to Nigerians or Africans. It's spread into China, Mexico, the third world countries, many other places that want to come to America for greener pasture. So you notice whereby a young lady of 18 years or 20 will get married to a man of 45 or 50 who lives in America, and will leave the boyfriend in Nigeria who's 22 or 23 that is actually doing good because she wants to come to America. And not knowing that her motive is to come to America, the man's motive is to marry a young, beautiful woman, bring the woman to America, let her become a nurse or a medical doctor or one of the medical professions that is guaranteed to make money in the U.S. and make money for him so he can relax and do whatever he wants to do. And he can go home and get a chieftaincy title, build houses, whereas the woman is working hard here. So the story, by God's grace, when I told it, it hit home. It is actually told the story of the life of a lot of people, so people can watch it and actually see themselves, part of their lives in the movie. So actually, so far, by God's grace, it's been the highest selling movie, African movie in the United States. The only movie that they've been comparing it to is Osaka in London.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, Osaka in London is the only movie that could be compared to the way American Nurse did. And since then, I've been trying to beat American Nurse, but it's been, we're working, it's not been easy. But I'm sure our movie, either Okoto or Who's the Man, will be it.
But why did you put it out for free on the internet? Because I watched it.
We didn't put it out for free.
Oh, really?
You see, that's what is the greatest problem that the Nollywood have faced is piracy.
Yeah, because I was surprised.
Yeah, it's piracy. You know, the only sites that you can watch it on the internet are the sites that are not an organized site, like not an industry or a company that you can go after. Okay. Right? I give you an example. When they had it on YouTube, YouTube is a professional site. We went after YouTube and we took it out.
Okay.
Right? When they had it on a couple of other websites, our attorney went after them and they took it out. But there's some websites, Pop and Mom, you know, mushroom cockroach websites. Now you don't know where these people are. You know? So where are you going to find them? Some of them are somewhere in Nigeria in one village, somewhere in a village in Ghana. You know, they just find a way to get a movie on internet. They get it on the internet. Some of them are not even doing it to harm you. They're not even making money. They just love a movie and they're putting it out there. Now, those sites, you don't know how to control those sites. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how to even reach the owners of those sites. That's the only site that you can find a movie, not my movie. But any site like Iroko TV or YouTube or any site that is an established company, you cannot find our movies.
Yeah.
So we'll go after them and remove it.
Now you said it was it sold a lot of copies. That's on DVD, right?
Yeah, on DVD. Yeah, in the US and Canada.
Okay. How many copies did you sell? I mean, your company on that very movie.
Yeah, it was released by Sanga Entertainment. Okay. We sold more than 600,000 to 700,000 copies under 2 years. Yeah, wow. And it's still selling. Up till now, it's still selling.
Where can I buy it? I want to watch it. Keep it. I've already watched the pirated one, but I have to.
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it online.
Online, okay.
If you guys don't have it in France, you can get it on. There's a lot of companies online that offer it. They will ship it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but another thing too is since I'm talking to you, I can ship it to you for your Christmas.
Okay. Oh, that's for the Christmas. Yeah. Okay.
I can ship you American nuts one and American nuts too.
Okay. Okay. That's
once I have time, I'll ship you. Send me your address. I'll ship it to you just for you.
Thanks.
As the boss.
Oh my God, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Now, Pascal Atuma is a very busy man, very, very busy. Now, you talked of only one movie, but there are so many. You said next year we're having 4 movies, four for us.
Yeah.
You having Okoto, the messenger, you having the mechanic, who is the man, you having the trace, the sexy boy, and the sexy boy in America, and even promising also again that there will be 2 again that will be shot in 2014. Where do you get all this energy? Do you have time to sleep, Pascal?
I don't have another job.
Okay.
This is it. This is what I do from morning to morning. I don't have another job, and by God's grace, I'm not interested in another job. You know, what happened is that those movies you're looking at, we didn't shoot all of them this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we shot The Trace ending of 2011. But it was done for the universal market, so the post-production took us almost about 8 months to get it right, because we had a lot of big stars in it. And when they put their names on the line, you have to defend it with the production. So if you look at The Trace, we have Billy D. Williams, then we have Lynn Whitfield, then we have Chico Benimore from Half and Half. We have Brian Hooks, Stan Jimila, Doug Williams, and a lot of the American stars. So when you're playing with American stars, you have to defend your name and defend their name. So we took time to do that one. So it was actually shot in 2011, but now we just finished the post-production. That's why you see it just coming out now.
Okay.
Then Who is the Man? We shot in 2011 too. And went into, so what we do is sometimes we just shoot and then we go into post-production. Now it takes a long time because there's a lot of movies in post-production. The Okoto we shot before Who is the Man? Sexy Boy is the only one that we shot this year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So what we try to do is we try to do 1 movie every 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 movie every 6 months. But now, Okoto the Messenger and Who we already have playing on African Magic all over Africa. DSTV. So now we are holding on to it not to release on DVD, because once we release it on DVD, it will spread all over the world. So we're giving African Magic their own time to use it and maximize their profit on TV everywhere. Like it's playing in Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. Everywhere they have English, and some of them they are subtitling into their own languages, right?
Okay.
So that's why. So now about next year, by then they would have done it, all they want to do with TV, both OHTV London too. We have it in London too, playing OHTV and Nollywood movies. So now we cannot go on DVD.
Okay.
Like the guys in the US, they've been running the commercials of Okoto and Who's the Man on their DVDs coming out. But the customers keep asking, where's the movie coming? Where's the movie coming? They don't know the business behind it. They just want to see the movie. You see? So I keep telling them it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Right? I give you an example, American Notes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Even though we released in the US and Canada and America, the US and Canada a few years ago, right? We are just releasing it on DVD in Nigeria this week.
Okay.
American Notes 1 and 2. It's just coming out DVD in Nigeria this week. Because now we've maximized profit over here. And on TV, now we can go on DVD, because once the Alaba Market Boys release it, it's everywhere in the world. Yeah, so that's what it is. Okay. So we don't do the productions like back to back like that. We do take breaks.
Okay. And then there is a new one, All Things. I think it's going to be screened. I think it's a movie.
All Things is a movie that was done by a church, the Christ Embassy.
Okay.
It's a Christ Embassy Church with in affiliation with John Uche. I don't know if you know about John Uche.
Yeah. He's a director, very good director.
So he wrote the script for All Things, and he co-produced it with the church, the Christ Embassy. They just hired me to play the lead actor.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not my production. So we shot it in Washington D.C. this year, and they are doing their first premiere in Phoenix, Arizona, this coming Saturday. 24th in Phoenix. That's when I do the first premiere. I'm going to make an appearance there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very good Christian movie.
Okay.
It's a very Christian movie. Yeah, it teaches about faith and staying strong and coming back from and forgiving people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now.
Easy to find.
I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I train in Hollywood, and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian, and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater at Kim Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest region of the United States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
that leads me to my next question. You were one of the key speakers at UCLA's 50 Years of African Writing, Novels, Film Making, and Criticism Seminar on February 14, 2011. Can you give us the details of this seminar?
Yeah, the seminar was a beautiful one. Actually, for me, that day was a very special day because, you know, being a young man from Africa, coming into the U.S. and going to theater school and coming to Hollywood and starting from the bottom, and all of a sudden, you have been invited as a keynote speaker, as an expatriate, you know, in your field, you know. So I was very humble. But I got lucky. What happened is that when we released American Notes 1 and 2, one of the PhD students there used American Notes for her thesis. So when she used for her thesis to the school, the school loved it. And they decided, who is this guy that made this movie? So they went on the search to find me. So for them, they were able to reach me through my agent in Canada, Warren AAB Talent. So Warren now asked them who they were, you know, okay, what do you guys need? And they said, we are from the University of California, Warren didn't take them serious until now. Warren I got a call from their dean, the dean of theater arts or whatever, yeah. Then that's when we started making the deal. It took about 6 months to go through the process. And then finally I went over there and I spoke. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was a day. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. So my speech was to tell them about Nollywood. Yeah, Nollywood, the history of Nollywood.
Nollywood, okay.
You know, I think my topic was Nollywood, the ego of African cinema.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was my topic, the ego. But people can see that the speech is out there.
Okay.
They put it out there, especially if you go to Golden Icons, www.goldenicons.com, you'll see a copy of the speech.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful. Then the first day I did the speech, the second day they brought me in to speak to their final year students. To tell them what it feels like to go from being a student to an actor, to a writer, director, to producer, and to be able to make an impact in the industry itself and to be able to make a living doing the business, you know. So it was beautiful. It was, for me, it was great. Because when I first moved to Los Angeles, UCLA was the first place I auditioned for a movie. When I first moved to LA in 2002 as an actor. So being the first place I auditioned for a movie and then being the place now coming back as an expatriate filmmaker, so you know, we completed the cycle was completed.
Yes,
so I felt very happy and honored and humbled.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now, I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I train in Hollywood and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian, and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater. I came Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
What will be your advice for filmmakers who are new in the trade?
Take your time. Study the craft. The craft first.
Yes.
Study the craft. Study. Practice before you play.
Good.
Don't come out without being ready. Don't be in a rush. You know, the problem I'm seeing in the industry is most of the young people, they want to be Nkemowo overnight. They want to be Genevieve Nnaji overnight. They want to be Pascal Atum overnight. They want to be ROMD overnight. They want to be Denzel Washington overnight, Halle Berry overnight. They don't want to take their time to study the craft. You know, since we're on radio, I'm going to tell you something that they should always remember. I went to church one time. A pastor was preaching about Sandy and Sandy and Rocky. What he was preaching about Sandy and Rocky is two friends that were giving money, the same amount of money, to build a house near the ocean. Sandy rushed to build his house so that he can have a party, right? Whereas Rocky took time to dig his foundation. By the time Rocky was digging his foundation, Sandy already finished building his house and was calling for party, right? Don't worry about Rocky. Rocky is a lazy man. He's spending his time. But guess what? When they finally finished building their houses, Rocky finished his own 6 months later, right? One day the wind came. Within 30 minutes, the wind took Sandy's house. And Rocky and his wife were sleeping very good in their house because they dug their foundation deep. The foundation was deeply rooted. So Sandy came knocking on their door for shelter. So does that make sense to you?
Really? It does.
Yeah, so don't be a Sandy in the business, because if you become a Sandy and rush into it, when the wind blows, it's going to blow you out of the game.
Yeah.
But if you take your time and master the craft, study the craft, practice the craft, master the craft before you play, no kind of wind can blow you away.
Yes. The foundation.
Yeah. So that's advice to the young people.
It goes for everything. Yeah.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now,
easy to find.
I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I train in Hollywood and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian, and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater. I came Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest region of the United States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
Nollywood is 21 years old. How would you summarize the industry's progress and travels?
It has gone from good to better, and we are at the better stage now. We're going to get to the best stage a few years from now. Our generation might not see it, but the next generation will see it. Time will come one day when Nollywood will be able to compete with any other wood in the world, but it's going to take time. So the beginning stage of Nollywood, the first 10-15 years was good. That we actually saw the vision and they came along. They went on this journey, right? Right now we're in the middle of the journey. Am I making sense?
What makes you say that your generation will not be progress?
My generation might not see it.
Why?
Okay, here's what I'm saying. If you look at Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
You look at the history of early Hollywood. Look at the films that were made in early Hollywood. They were made in 1920s and 1930s, 1940s, right? This is 2013.
Yeah.
Now Hollywood has come of age. So I use that time mathematically.
Okay.
And place it where Nollywood is now.
Mm.
The Nollywood of today is in the position, it's at that place where Hollywood were 1913, 1915, 1920.
Okay.
As I was trying to let you know that the Nollywood industry that I see today, right? I'm placing it as the Hollywood of 1915, 1920.
Yeah.
Right? So it takes time, like I say, it takes time to grow something. Like now, there's a lot of experiments going on. That a lot of Nollywood came to the US using some African American people, adding into their productions. A lot of, adding to their productions, using some Caucasian people, adding into their productions, trying to see if that's a way for them to bridge the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you see, so now we are at the experimental stage of trying to figure out how the gap can be bridged.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So our generation, we're going to be the people that's going to dig the foundation, figure out a way to bridge the gap, and then we're going to pass it on to the next generation to bring it to the Hollywood of today.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
No matter how fast we want to move, it's not going to happen overnight. Because if you look at Hollywood of when it was 5 years and today we're 21 years, you can see a lot of things have changed. You can think about the Zebediahs, the Green Gories, right? The Ramotas, the Glorious. The game is changing. It went from them to the Mama G's, right? Mm-hmm. Now to the Genevieves, and now it's going from the Genevieves to the new people, right? While the Genevieves are still in the game, so it's a transitional period that takes time, right? So my statement on there is based on the time. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna all of a sudden start making $50 million budget movies, $50 million budget movies, or $100 million budget movies. Because we don't have to recoup that money, recoup that investment. So it's going to take time for it to be able to grow. And that's where we are now, the growing period.
There's one problem from my research I discovered in the Nollywood industry is all about distribution. There's a big problem. What can you say about that? The distribution of the movies coming on cinema theaters, just like Hollywood, like you're saying, Hollywood movies. We don't have that.
Okay,
now.
You see, here's the deal, right? When you make a movie in Hollywood, you're making it for the world market.
Okay.
When you make a movie in Nollywood, it's made for the Nollywood and African market. Now, the distribution company speaking of a movie from Hollywood know that they have different markets to make money from. They will make money from the US, Canada market. They will make money from the Australia, New Zealand market. They will make money from the Asian market, China. They will make money from the European market, and they make money from the African market. Because of that, they are willing to do distribution deal worldwide because of the content and the product that manufactured. Whereas the Nollywood players are manufacturing only content that can be consumed by our people now.
Okay.
As at present, as we speak. Then the growing, which we want to talk about the experiments, right? Is now that they are trying to put in the African Americans into their films to see if the films can cross over into the other markets that they don't have. Which the market means distribution.
Yeah.
Right? Then when we get that power, then money will come in that will now help to build more cinemas in Africa where Nollywood films can now go into.
That's it.
If the cinemas in Africa, if they are dependent only on Nollywood productions and African films to run, to operate, they won't survive.
That's correct.
Am I making sense?
Correctly.
Because they cannot survive using only our products, so the number one product that is still feeding their customers is the products coming from Hollywood and China and India, the Bollywood, right? So they still give them first priority. They're number one customer. They're the ones that keeps them afloat. Then now, very good movies made in Nollywood have the chance to come into the cinemas in Africa, the few cinemas that we have in Africa now, and make money. Right? So now they're giving us a chance to come in. So that's what I'm talking about, the time.
Okay, the time.
But when they realize, when it comes to the point where a Nollywood producer director can stay in Lagos, Nigeria, write a story, make a movie that will be universally accepted, right? Now, these distribution companies in Africa can acquire these movies, right, and give to their partners in Europe, America, Asia, Australia, New Zealand market, the 6 zones, it's the 6 or 7 regions, I think, right? Now, money will come in and they will build more theaters, more cinemas, right? And then there'll be more money for Nollywood to put into their films.
That's correct.
And then the more money you put into your films with the growth of the training coming into, more money into, right? So now you can now cook something that can go into cinemas and make money. Then you can now have distribution. When you release a DVD movie in Africa, those people in London will buy the DVD. People in America will buy the DVD in the mainstream market, not African stores or African hair stores. No, I'm talking about Walmart, Target, Blockbuster, Netflix. You see what I'm saying? Red. You see. So now there'll be more money coming in. So until that happens, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. We still have a long way to go.
Yeah. It's going to take time. It's going to take time and patience. You know. But you see, the new players, the new kids coming on the block, they don't know that. They don't know the business. You know, they see the glory without knowing the story behind the glory. And they want to rush to the glory without writing the story. But if you don't write the story, you cannot see the glory. That's what they don't know.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, that's true.
So right now, we are writing the story. We're going to get to the glory, but it's not yet time.
I think if you don't have time, it's true, you're a very busy man. I think you can hold seminars to educate or put that out if you don't have time on YouTube or on anywhere for them to understand. Well, this is what we're doing now. This is what I think a good number of people will hear. A good number of our listeners and those that are not our listeners will catch up on our radio to find out that the most important thing is the skills. That's the foundation, like the story you told about the one that built on the foundation. The fast builder. He wants
the glory. He wants the fame so fast. He doesn't want to take time to build. When the breeze comes, it will just blow him away. So that's the thing. We need to let our younger ones know, let our children know that the fast pace is not the best way out.
Now, what can you say about passion? Because I think, like this radio, for example, you see me waking up very early in the morning. My drive is passion. Now, what can you tell them about passion? That I think we need passion first before we start to talk about money. What can you say about? Do you have your own way of looking at passion? People with passion to move something.
For me, passion I attach to talent.
Okay.
Passion I align with talent. You can have the passion all you want to be an actor. But if you don't have the talent that needs to be polished via training, you're not going anywhere. As an actor,
Yeah.
you can play behind the scene. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I can give you an example now. You have passion for radio. But if you didn't have the knowledge to transfer Skype to Adobe,
It's true.
your passion is gonna be laying in your head.
He's dead.
Am I making sense?
Exactly. You're
Now,
right.
the knowledge that you acquire to transfer Skype through Adobe Voice is not a passion that gave it to you, it's hard work.
Yeah, I know.
It's you seeking information, going out there to acquire knowledge. It's you embracing technology. You see what I'm saying? So, for you to play in this industry, which I tell people, you have to have talent, and you have to realize that talent only comes from God. I don't care if you're Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, which one you believe in. And I'll give you an example, my brother. You can go into Paris, France right now, today, if you have money, and buy a mansion, right? Buy a Lamborghini or buy a Rolls Royce. But there's one thing you can't buy anywhere in France now. If you have seen any shop that says talent sold here, have you seen one before?
No.
Okay. If you come into America today, you can still do the same. You can go to New York, Madison Square, and buy the highest mansion there if you have the money.
Yeah.
But there's one shop you can't find in New York. Talent sold here.
No. Impossible.
So the game that we play is a game of talent. You have to have that talent first, which is gonna turn on the switch of passion inside you.
Good.
Then now you now grind on the passion and come, because only the passion can keep you through the dark times.
Good.
But if you don't have passion for this industry and you come in for fame, money, or to get access to whatever power, you are flat in your stomach. Because once the wind blows, because there's no passion, you're gonna say, F this, I need to go to something else. But they have ones that have passion, like you have passion. That's why you're able to chase me down for 6 months or 7 months now with disappointment, and you actually remember to call, because this is your passion, and you know what you see. If you read a lot of books, it's good for people to live a purpose-driven life. What you're doing now is not driven by money, it's not driven by fame, it's driven by passion inside you to transfer knowledge, to preserve culture, to integrate people from other cultures into our culture, to educate. So that's where passion comes in. I give you an example, what I'm doing today. Whether I'm making money or not, I'll still be making movies, comedy movies. Whether I'm famous or not, I'll still making comedy movies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's where the passion comes in. But if you watch Britain Got Talent, American Idol, you know a guy called Simon Cowell. Simon will tell you, I know you have passion for this, but there's one thing missing. You don't have the X factor, which comes with the talent. So I'd rather tell you to divert your passion to something else.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Pascal Atuma. Pascal Atuma, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen. I'm very humbled and honored to be here. Very happy.
Thanks so much for joining us too, because I've been looking for you. I see that Pascal is very busy, very, very busy. Yeah.
I'm easy to find. It's just time is the only problem.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy.
Now,
Easy to find.
I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Oh, okay. Hello, my people. So my name is Pascal Atuma, born in Nigeria, Canadian citizen based in Hollywood. I train in Hollywood and I play both the Nollywood and Hollywood industry. So I'm a writer, director, producer, and comedian, and I act in all my movies. So we do productions for the world market, and we do productions for the African market. So while we're writing the stories, we tend to, structure the stories depending on which market we are targeting. So that's who I am. Simple. I'm your own person from Nigeria, Abia State, born and raised in Nigeria actually. Then I went to studied engineering at University of Port Harcourt, civil engineering. Then I came over to the US and I studied theater at Kim Dawson Acting College, the Actors Conservatory of Southwest region of the United States. So I finished from school May 17th of 2002, and I moved to Hollywood May 22nd, 5 days after graduation. And since then, it's been history. We're still writing it.
That's wonderful. Now, finishing up this interview on a personal level, you said in one of your interviews that you would finally retire as a pastor.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this statement?
Okay, what I mean by this statement is Christianity is aligned with humanity. Christianity is aligned with humanity. So I feel like, but when all is, even if you watch my movies, any of my movies that you watch, you will see that I don't make any movie that doesn't have a message behind it. As much as I want to entertain people, I always want my movies to carry a message that will help humanity. Yeah, so when I'm done with this job, I don't want to make movies anymore. I still want something that I can be doing where I'm working for humanity. And since I'm a Christian, I'd rather be like you said, hold seminars, right? Instead of me holding seminars, I'd rather go and preach the word of God and at the same time pass knowledge of the industry that I've played in for many years. That's what I mean by that. And what is the best way to do it is to do it through the Christian way, since I'm working for God. Humanity is God. God is humanity. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. Because I want a situation whereby, like I said before, let's use Mandela for example. Nelson Mandela. Mandela just died. But one thing I can assure you is that his name will live forever. His name is not going to live forever because his name is Nelson Mandela. His name is going to live forever because when he came in here, he impacted. He made an impact. He left a mark. He nurtured people. He educated people. He inspired people. So those kind of things don't die easily. And from what we're doing, I may not come up to the point of Mandela. I may not make name up to the point of Mandela. But at least I have something to look up to. What can I do that the day I leave this world, I'll be remembered like Mandela? Even if I'm not remembered like him, some few people will say he did his best. For what I was given, I did my best. So that's where the pastor thing comes in. So what we're doing now has to do with the public. Pastoring a church has to do with the public. So I want to continue my public service till the day that God will say, come home, my son.
Pascal,
and I want to be able to get there and say, I did my best.
Pascal Atuma, thank you very much for this interview. And I would like to tell our listeners that we are in two worlds apart. I am in France and you are in Los Angeles, is that?
I'm in North Hollywood, California.
North Hollywood, California. This is the magic of technology today.
Yeah.
So thanks for this interview and
thank you for having me, and I hope to see you someday soon.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
You've been listening to Secret Affair, a radio drama written by Rebecca Moyni and produced by Cyprian Joson for Nollywood Radio France. Ashley was played by Laura Kilpatrick Cripps, and Yemi was played by Cyprian Joson, the producer. What happens next? Find out in the next episode of Secret Affair.
You're welcome to Nollywood Radio France. Your host is Cyprian Joseph. Today we bring you live from Paris. It Happened to Me, a new movie produced by UNESCO and directed by Christian Ihidero. Serge Nukwe, the president of Okada Media. So I'm one of the active members of Okada Media, and now here we are today in Paris.
It's happened to me. It is not a third sentence. Bye. Yeah, I'm here join here. Oh, my woman, every man. My neck and come not the It's not a dead sentence. Just come and be tested. You can test the idea. Maria, status. It's not a dead sentence. Just know your status.
Actually, and UNESCO as well. When they decided to put the spotlight on Nigeria for this HIV/AIDS Day, then they decided that it would be good to include us to do something in common. So they had one film, which is It Happened to Me by Chris Ihidero, that was produced by UNESCO, and then they asked us to come with maybe one more film so that we can have something more complete. So then we came in the program and brought No Jersey, No Match by Daniel Edeminokan. And the idea was to show, to show Nigeria, because Nigeria is a very important country also when it comes, unfortunately, has been very infected with HIV/AIDS. And we wanted to do something that shows that filmmakers have also taken the responsibility of addressing that subject and bring more knowledge about these things and try to educate the population about it so that AIDS would decrease now in Nigeria.
So this projection this morning is very interesting, and I think it's a way forward to what Okada Media can do, at least projecting one movie per month. Do you think the association is able to carry such a responsibility?
We will try. It's definitely an objective. We have the festival Nollywood Week happening every year, but we will definitely try to have a more constant presence throughout the year. So that's definitely one of the objectives. I don't know yet when we will be able to really have something going on a monthly basis, but we are definitely working on it. And our objective is to make Nollywood much more available and accessible here in France. So we are definitely interested in that.
So what's your feeling about what happened this morning? I mean, the movies, the handful of people that came. It was just like a private projection.
Yeah. We had two movies that I feel were really good. Yeah. Two very good movies addressing that subject that is difficult and at the same time very important. So unfortunately, I think the turnout was not as we would have expected. But we can also maybe blame the time for it because 11 in the morning on Sunday is very difficult. But it's okay. I mean, the people who came, I think, were quality people that came, and so we had a really wonderful discussion at the end with Chris, the director of the film, and I think that's what matters at the end of the day. So we hope to have more people next time, but this was really good quality for us.
Thank you. It's always nice to have you on Nollywood Radio France. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. I'm your host, Cyprian Johnson. From our archives, we bring you the Nollywood Week Festival 2013 as the organizers are preparing for the second edition this year. In this podcast, Obi Emelonye talks to the Nollywood audience in Paris about his film Last Flight to Abuja. The event was recorded live by the Nollywood Radio France team, and once more we bring to you everything Nollywood on your doorstep. Nollywood Radio France, the only and unique radio, is the best place to be. Stay with us.
I just wanted to say thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. You laughed at the right places and kept quiet at the right places. And laughed at the wrong things. Thank you very much for being such a wonderful audience.
Je veux vous remercier pour avoir été un public très bon parce que vous avez ri aux bons endroits, vous êtes resté calme aux bons endroits. Et parfois vous avez ri aussi aux mauvais endroits, mais c'est pas grave, ça fait partie du jeu. Je voulais vous remercier, vous avez été un très beau public. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a des questions, des commentaires, des observations, des déclarations peut-être? Tout ce que vous voulez, c'est maintenant ou jamais. Obi n'habite pas à Paris, donc vous ne le voyez pas tous les jours. N'hésitez pas à se profiter. Thank you. Thank you. Quelque chose d'un peu plus élaboré peut-être? Oh, okay.
There is a suit for the next, chapter 1, chapter 2. Or do you want to make another one?
La personne ici nous demande s'il y aura une suite à ce film, s'il y aura un 2, un 3.
We've been told in Nollywood not to do part 1, part 2, part 3. So this is how the film. If I try other films and it didn't work, I will come back and make a part 2.
Alors il a dit qu'il y a un peu trop de parties, un peu trop de parties. Il y a un peu trop de suite, donc là c'est juste ça. Maintenant, s'il fait un autre film, ça ne marche pas, mais il reviendra pour faire un 2. D'autres questions?
There hasn't been any formal presentation from the Minister of Aviation or anybody in the aviation industry. They know about it. They've actually requisitioned a copy of the film. They've watched it. They haven't arrested me yet. And they haven't told me anything. But I managed to speak to a few people in aviation that went to see the film in the cinema in Nigeria. And they were telling me that first there is no control tower in Lagos. It was all slight technical things that they were complaining about. Nothing major. And some people were saying that I should be arrested because some of the things that I mentioned in the film actually happened a few days before our premiere. but I'm still standing. So.
Il n'y a pas eu en fait de réaction officielle de la part du ministère de l'aviation ou toutes ces autorités-là de transport plutôt. Mais il a reçu quand même des demandes de leur part. Premièrement, ils ont souhaité voir le film. Et ils ont pu le voir, ils ont souhaité aussi lui parler, ils ont communiqué avec lui et ils ont noté quelques détails techniques comme le fait que dans le film il y a une tour de contrôle alors qu'en fait il n'y en a pas vraiment à l'aéroport ou des choses comme ça, mais rien de particulier. Et on a également dit qu'il devrait peut-être être arrêté parce que certaines choses qu'il a montrées dans le film se sont en fait passées quelques jours avant l'avant-première de son film.
But something I need to say is that the National Emergency Management Agency, which is the Nigerian agency in charge of emergencies when there are crashes or when there are floods and stuff like that, were part of the film. The people who did the rescue simulation were actually people from the National Emergency Management Agency. So they were very supportive, and that's the only government involvement in the film, I would say.
Alors en même temps, il y a un autre élément qui est important, c'est que les agences qui sont en charge de la prise en charge en fait des urgences aériennes comme ça, ils ont vraiment participé au film. Et la scène qui est une simulation de situation de catastrophe a été faite en fait avec des gens qui travaillent vraiment, dont c'est vraiment le travail de faire ça. Donc dans ce domaine-là, on peut dire qu'ils ont en fait participé, ils ont été impliqués dans ce film.
Et justement, comme c'était un fait réel, est-ce que le film a eu du succès
What has been the success? How can we expect success in Nigeria?
Like I said before the film started, we had this unfortunate event 5 days before our London premiere. So in a way, it destroyed our London release. We released the film in London. It was too close to the crash, and a lot of people were put off by that. But a few months afterwards, the film opened in Nigeria. And was received very well. I think the reaction was that this film tries to highlight some of the problems that ultimately give birth to the crash. So it is in the interest of the people that died that this film comes out, and a lot of people supported it. And it ended up becoming the highest grossing film in Nigerian cinema of any indigenous film in 2012.
Donc c'est un film qui a plutôt très bien marché, mais même si au départ en fait donc il avait choisi de le sortir à Londres en premier. Et donc avant cette sortie, donc 5 jours avant, il y a eu la catastrophe et du coup beaucoup de gens ont été un petit peu refroidis par les événements, effectivement par les événements réels et n'ont pas voulu participer à ça. Mais l'événement a quand même eu lieu et c'est surtout quelques mois plus tard, quand ça s'est passé à Lagos, quand le film a été sorti dans les salles à Lagos, que là la réception a été vraiment positive. La réception a été positive et après c'est devenu en fait le film qui a fait en 2012 le meilleur chiffre au box-office dans les salles du Nigeria.
Did you write it as we see it or did you do it in the festival?
I wrote it near enough as you see it, and I'm not ashamed to say that I watched a film called Vantage Point with Forrest Whitaker in it, and I liked the storytelling technique. And I try to adopt that. And I usually do the first cut of my films. I do the first edit, and then my editor will now come in. So it's, if there's anything wrong, please shoot me. If there's an award to be collected, bring it here.
Donc la question c'était de savoir si ça avait été écrit dans la forme qu'on le voit ou s'il y avait eu des changements après montage. Et il a dit que ça a été quasiment écrit de cette manière-là. Mais ensuite, effectivement, il a regardé un film qui s'appelle Vantage Point avec Forrest Whitaker. Et ça l'a fait un petit peu changer certaines choses. Il a voulu utiliser un peu le style de narration qui était utilisé dans ce film-là. Mais voilà, il prend toute la responsabilité de ce film. Et s'il y a des récompenses qui doivent lui être attribuées, mais qu'elles viennent. Et si, dans le cas contraire, si on doit lui faire des reproches, allez-y aussi.
Est-ce qu'il a coûté cher à la réalisation?
I am an artist. I don't like talking about money, which is why I'm still broke. But I try to look at the film in this way, that in Nollywood, for a Nollywood film, it represents a huge budget. But in terms of what we try to achieve, with it and the level of technical detail involved in it, it's the money that we used to make it is would not pay a runner on a proper film. So it's relative. For Nollywood, it's a huge budget. Not the highest budget, but nowhere near the highest budget, but it's a considerable budget. But for the kind of film we made and what it cost us to make it, it's peanuts.
En tant qu'artiste, il n'aime pas trop rentrer dans tout ce qui est argent, il n'aime pas trop discuter ces choses-là. Mais c'est un film qui a coûté cher relativement par rapport à l'industrie de Nollywood. Il a coûté plus cher qu'un film normal de Nollywood. Mais ce n'est pas non plus le film qui a coûté le plus cher dans l'industrie. Et par rapport à ce qu'ils ont voulu faire, par rapport à ce qu'ils ont voulu montrer, ça coûte relativement rien. En fait, c'est peanuts par rapport à ce que ça demanderait dans d'autres contextes, dans d'autres industries pour faire un film sur un crash d'avion.
Est-ce qu'il peut nous parler un peu des effets spéciaux?
Okay, I knew it was going to come. Please, I begged you in the beginning, pardon the special effect. Really, when we started to make this film, the first reaction that we got from the public was that in Nollywood we have not crashed a car properly. Why are you trying to crash a plane?
Alors d'abord il s'excuse en fait pour les effets spéciaux. Il a dit que dès le départ il avait dit que c'était pas parfait comme film. Mais en fait l'idée qu'il y avait dès le départ c'était en fait il a voulu dépasser certaines frontières. Et Nollywood est une industrie qui est connue pour ne pas forcément être capable de réaliser des crashs de voitures de manière convenable. Donc quand il a voulu faire ce film, les gens lui ont dit mais c'est fou, on n'arrive même pas à faire des crashs de voiture et toi tu veux faire un crash d'avion. Qu'est-ce qui t'arrive?
So that was the basis upon which we started. A lot of doubt, a lot of almost negativity. But we knew that if we worked hard with what I called yesterday digital democracy, whereby you have access to things, to make these things not as expensive as it used to be, it was, if you can dream it, maybe you can achieve it.
Yeah. Donc en fait, au départ, en fait, il y avait beaucoup de doutes.
Can you give me somebody that can speak French, please?
Il a eu des doutes. Okay. Quelqu'un peut m'aider?
Il a eu des doutes.
Voilà, au début, en fait, son idée a été reçue par beaucoup de doutes et beaucoup de scepticisme, et beaucoup d'esprit un peu négatif. Des gens qui ne croyaient pas en ce projet à cause de l'ambition qui était un peu considérée comme hors norme pour Nollywood. Le fait, encore une fois, de faire un crash d'avion. Mais lui, en fait, son état d'esprit, c'est si tu peux y rêver, si tu peux concevoir quelque chose, ben, ça veut dire que ça peut arriver. Et donc, il n'a pas lâché. Et surtout avec ce qu'il appelle aujourd'hui la démocratisation numérique. Donc, le fait que le matériel pour faire des films, pour monter, etc., coûte beaucoup moins cher qu'avant. Et ben, il s'est dit pourquoi pas. Il s'est dit on va y aller jusqu'au bout. Et donc, il a fait ses effets spéciaux avec les moyens du bord.
The young man that made the 3D animation of the plane. We were shooting in Lagos and he came onto the set and he said, "My name is Gold, I do animation." And I said, "What have you done before?" And he said, "Nothing." I turned my back and continued what I was doing and he kept bugging me. I said, "Okay, go home, do something and come back with it tomorrow." 3 days later he came back with something. It wasn't perfect, but I knew he was hungry, I knew he had the basic skill, and I knew I had a team in London that could help him grow. So we toed and froed from London to Nigeria until we managed to achieve what we achieved with barely nothing, really.
Je vais quand même traduire l'anecdote. Donc, pour faire cette... Au moment où il a voulu... donc, il était en plein tournage. Il y a quelqu'un qui est venu le voir à l'aéroport. Il lui a dit, je m'appelle Gold, je travaille dans l'animation. Et il lui a dit, d'accord, mais qu'est-ce que tu as fait avant? Et il a dit, ben rien. Et donc il a continué son chemin, mais Gold en question n'arrêtait pas de le poursuivre en disant non mais j'ai envie de travailler avec toi, Et donc à un moment il a donné sa chance, parce que il lui a dit montre-moi un petit peu, en 3 jours il a composé quelque chose, et il a dit ok, je vois que tu as faim, je vois que tu as de la détermination, etc. Donc je vais travailler avec toi. Et il l'a pris. Et ce qu'il a montré n'était pas parfait, mais il savait qu'à Londres, il avait des gens qui avaient d'autres équipements, etc., qui pourraient permettre de perfectionner un peu son travail. Et puis il s'est dit que ça faisait partie de l'état d'esprit qu'il avait envie de promouvoir, donc il l'a pris dans son équipe. Et ça a donné ce que ça a donné ici. C'est pas parfait, mais c'est un début et ça va dans la direction à laquelle il va aller.
Combien de temps ça a pris pour tourner le film en fait? Et quelle caméra il a utilisé pour...
Ça c'est technique ça.
Okay, we shot the film in 18 days, 10 days at the airport, 7 days on the plane, and the rest in the terminal building. It's in Nollywood. We don't shoot forever. we plan the shot so that you get away with it, and because it was costing a lot to hold down a plane that was in service, so we had to do it very quick. What was the last question?
Camera.
Okay, we shot on a camera called Ari Alexa, which is, slightly more expensive than we used to. And we edited the film in London and colored it in London. And like I said, it's not perfect, but I think I watch it sometimes and I cringe. But I know deep down it represents a huge stride for me personally as a filmmaker to even tackle the subject matter.
Donc il a filmé avec la caméra Ari Alexa et ils ont tourné pendant 18 jours, dont 10 à l'aéroport à Lagos et 7 dans l'avion lui-même. Donc ça représente aussi un temps considérable pour l'industrie de Hollywood parce qu'en général ça va très très vite au niveau de tournage. Et voilà.
C'était pas cher.
Oui, puis en plus il y avait un certain coût, etc. Et encore une fois, il revient sur le fait que les films ne soient pas parfaits. Il dit que parfois à certaines projections, il y a certains endroits où il regarde avec un peu de difficulté parce qu'il aurait aimé que ça soit différent. Mais pour lui personnellement, en tant que réalisateur, ça représente une vraie évolution, c'est une étape qu'il a franchie avec ce film. Le simple fait qu'il ait réussi de parler de ce sujet au cinéma, il en est très fier.
What about the actors? Were they all professionals or were they also amateurs?
We had a mix. There was Hakim K. Kazim, who has been in 24, was in Hotel Rwanda, Pirates of the Caribbean, he was in X-Men Wolverines. It's a big Hollywood star, just like my big brother here, Jimmy. He came back from Hollywood to lend some of his stardust to our projects. We also had our own homemade stars. Omotola Jalade Kehinde, who is now one of the most influential 100 people in the world. Please give her a round of applause. We had Jim Ike.
Donc en fait, il y avait un mix entre les deux. Il y avait donc Hakim Kazim qui est connu parce qu'il a fait des choses aux États-Unis, notamment la série 24 heures, au Hotel Rwanda. Il a fait des rôles par là-bas. Il est nigérian et il fait partie de ces acteurs qui veulent rentrer au Nigeria pour faire des choses aussi avec au pays. Et donc il est connu aux États-Unis un peu comme Jimmy Jean-Louis qui est parmi nous aujourd'hui. Et il y avait également Omotola Jalade Kehinde, qui est une star locale, une star de Nollywood, et qui aujourd'hui fait partie des 100 personnes les plus influentes au monde. C'est une liste qui est établie tous les ans par le Time Magazine. Donc elle a été choisie dans cette liste, donc il a demandé de faire quelques applaudissements pour Omotola, qui est une star de Nollywood et qui a été nommée récemment dans cette liste.
We also have Jimmy. We also have Dide Kosoko, who's a veteran of Nollywood. And we had people who've never acted before. Somebody contacted me on Facebook and said that I can act, and I live in Canada. I said, I'm sorry, have you been in anything? She said no. I said, if you find your way to Nigeria, I will assure you that I'll give you a role in the film, whether it's a crowd scene or a speaking role will be determined by how good you are. She came back, she could act a little bit, so I gave her the mother of the girl that stopped the father from traveling. Okay. So she came from Canada, she never acted.
Donc encore une autre anecdote, il y a des gens qui l'ont contacté de partout en fait pour faire partie du projet, y compris cette dame qui venait du Canada et qui l'a contacté par Facebook en lui disant je sais jouer, etc. Est-ce que je peux faire quelque chose? Il lui a dit bah écoute, si tu arrives à venir au Nigeria à telle date, on verra ce que tu peux faire et je te donnerai un rôle selon tes capacités. Et donc en fait elle s'est retrouvée dans le film puisque c'était la maman de la petite fille, celle qui a empêché son père de prendre.
Oh please don't contact me on Facebook. It won't.
Les deux dernières questions avant je suis désolé, je vais prendre Hakim en blanc et après Bon, 3 dernières questions puis après c'est fini. Donc Hakim, Yes, I think it's very nice. I know he's done very well in Nigeria, but what are the challenges out there beyond Nigeria? How is it doing in the international circuit?
I'll forget on it. But I'll be brief. As my senior in the filmmaking business, Tunde Kalani, is here. Please just listen and give him a round of applause. People like him provided the foundation for what we're doing now, and it's great to see him still doing it with us, trying to run the mile with us with his old legs. But he's doing great. So, what was the question again? Oh, all right. So our biggest challenge is not just to make the films. It's the fact that we are writer, director, producer, marketer, exhibitor, agent, distributor, everything. That's the difficulty. You can only push so far as a person, and which is why we're reaching out to this kind of platform to anybody who has something to offer beyond just making the film, even making the film itself, because we're not perfect. We need to grow as a film industry. But more importantly, we need support to take these films to festivals, because one person or a few people can only do so much.
Donc la question c'était quel était le challenge le plus important pour arriver à faire ce genre de film. Et il a dit que le plus grand challenge en fait personnellement c'était qu'il était à la fois réalisateur, producteur, distributeur et également il faisait le marketing de son film et que ça fait beaucoup pour une seule personne. Donc le challenge c'est ça, c'est d'arriver à ce que ces différents éléments autour de la réalisation de films soient plus professionnels pour qu'ils puissent compter sur un environnement vraiment qui leur permette de voir leurs films dans le monde entier et distribués de manière convenable.
Ok, il y avait une autre question qui était par là, Joël, non?
So thank you very much for the film, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Joël.
Obviously you master very well the codes and the rhetorics of catastrophic movies. Very, very interesting. Everything is very well in your film. The emergency comes in time. The control tower doesn't work. The police is very efficient. The bad guys die. The good ones are alive.
Sorry to disappoint you.
No, it's not disappointing. My question here is because, in fact, the 7 films I've seen, all of them have a happy end. Is it a must in Nollywood that there is a happy end?
Okay. La question de Joël, c'est pourquoi le happy end. Finalement, tout se passe un petit peu de manière conventionnelle, le méchant il meurt, etc. Pourquoi ce happy end?
I think as filmmakers, we have a social responsibility to represent, not to get political, but to represent our society well. And I think gradually the world is listening to what we're doing and taking notice. So it behoves of us to try and represent our country and our continent in good light. A lot of times people thought because a plane crashed, it's really a negative film. But you find that a plane crash could happen anywhere. The difference between it happening somewhere in the first world and somewhere in the middle of nowhere is the preparedness of the country and the authorities in dealing with that matter. And I showed a little bit of, with poetic justice, with a bit of free hand to show a little bit of how it could be in Nigeria. It's not necessarily how it is, but it's how it could be, and it probably encourages us to do better.
Alors, le happy end, c'est plutôt... Non, mais le happy end, en fait, c'est en tant que réalisateur, il se sent une certaine responsabilité par rapport au message, etc. Et du coup... Là, ce qu'il a voulu faire, c'est qu'il a voulu apporter sa pierre à un édifice, en fait, de montrer du doigt ce qui se passe par rapport à ces catastrophes qu'il a montrées. Et l'idée, c'était pas non plus de montrer vraiment exactement ce qui s'est passé. C'est pas quelque chose. Ça s'est basé sur des faits réels, mais ça reste une fiction. Et c'est pas exactement ce qui s'est passé, mais ça pourrait l'être. Et voilà, mais je vais encore des applaudissements pour Roby et Mélanie.
Actually, 2 issues. I wanted to remind you that you owe me that bottle of red wine. I'll do that. And then I wanted to say it's a good film, and I'm so proud of you.
Il a effectivement reçu les félicitations du doyen de l'industrie de Hollywood, M. Tunde Kilani. Alors, on en a fini avec cette séance. Ce que je vais vous demander, c'est de rester à l'Arlequin, parce que c'est pas fini pour ce soir. D'ici quelques minutes, nous allons annoncer le film gagnant de la Nollywood Week, la première.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France.
Le soleil s'est levé sur le firmament de mon continent mille couleurs. Afrique, terre Afrique, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Afrique, terre Afrique, un jour viendra, tu sécheras toutes tes larmes. Congo River, Gabon Tibesti, Calabrie, Fouta, Jalon. Oh, terre Afrique, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Ils sont remplis d'égyptières, de cris de peine, de crimes de haine, l'enfer des ténèbres. Terre Afrique, oh, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Terre Afrique, oh, un jour viendra, séchera toutes tes larmes. Oh, oh, oh. Chante, danse, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Danse, danse et chante, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Congo River, Charity Besti, Ubangi Alima Fouta Jalon. Marche droit, relève-toi, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Africa, oh, oh, liberté. Oh, Africa.
Well, I want to send a big kiss to all my friends from Nollywood Radio France, from Saúl Bertin, ex-Miss Haiti and actual actress. Quiero enviarles un beso grandísimo a toda mi gente de Nollywood Radio France. De verdad los quiero mucho de parte de Miss Haiti, Saúl Bertin, actual actrice. Je veux vous envoyer un grand bisou à tous mes amis de Nollywood Radio France. Je suis vraiment contente d'être dans la radio et c'est vraiment un honneur pour moi. Je vous aime, je vous adore et je vous embrasse.
We just wanted Nollywood to be seen and to be understood and to be visible in Paris, France, because Paris is one of the most important cities when it comes to cinema in the world, and it made no sense that there was no access to Nollywood in this city. So we had to create something, and also we wanted to focus on quality. So we wanted to bring the best films of Nollywood, not just any Nollywood. That's what prompted this festival to do.
Thank you very much.
Just the way you are. You understand? Yeah. So that's it's from Shakiri, and that is what back in those days my forefathers used to sing. You know, I was brought up with the song. Okay, the next song I'm going to sing, I think you should know this one. It's Bob Marley's, and it's one of my, one of the songs I love so much. Redemption Song. How many of you know that song?
Oh, pirates, yes, they rob by. Sold out to the merchant ship. Minutes have turned into guide. From the bottomless pit, but my hands was made strong. Mighty hands of the Almighty. We fought in this generation, oh Lord, triumphantly. But won't you help to sing, oh Lord, the song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song. Listen, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds.
You from Uganda?
Yeah.
So, what's your impression of this movie we watched? I just want to take your impression.
My impression, this is a movie where you learn something, like particularly we people in the diaspora. And it showed the two worlds, you know, the rich and the poor, and how through hard work one can become better. At the same time, it showed how a man who was up there became, you know, he became aware that home is always best, however bad or however poor you are. You know, when he went to the village and saw, and he was missing something. He was in a different world, in an artificial world. Then he met these people, the real people, in the village, and that was fantastic. And then he started appreciating, you know, life's easy, life. And these people are having they are poor, but they are very happy, despite the, you know. No, it was quite good, particularly also to the French community. Because most of the time they show movies, when people go to Africa, they show the worst of Africa. Here they show two sides. The rich, and let's say the urban life, and then, you know, the village life. So we have two worlds. People here don't know that in Africa, there are people who have nice houses and nice cars. They think all is grim, all is poverty. And you see, that is good for people who've never been there. For us, we know when we go to Africa, we know what Africa is. But for the French community, this is going, they'll be surprised to see that people have such wonderful houses. And then also we have villages. We can have such wonderful houses in town, and then we go back sometimes to the roots where you are obliged to become, you know, I don't know, humiliate yourself and know where you come from, your roots. So it was really wonderful, and I hope to continue. And my daughter is one of the, you know, of the organizers, and they've worked very, very hard, and to raise funds. We've all tried to help out, but I think it's happening, and the first night is fantastic. See, the turnout is wonderful, and I think the Nollywood film here in France is going to you know, to have a market. It's very positive.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I listened to your radio show and I followed some of your interviews, and I think you guys are doing a wonderful thing. You are doing a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
I saw how you interviewed those people even at their movie premiere, and the reaction from the crowd, the questions and answers.
Yeah.
That's good, that's good. And in a country where French is spoken.
Yeah.
So I imagine how well received, you know, just having things that, you know, that celebrate this culture. So it's really nice. It's really nice.
Well, I want to send a big kiss to all my friends from Nollywood Radio France, from Sawaj Bertin, ex-Miss Haiti and actual actress. Quiero enviarles un beso grandísimo a toda mi gente de Nollywood Radio France. De verdad los quiero mucho de parte de Miss Haiti, Sawaj Bertin, actual actrice. Je veux vous envoyer un grand bisou à tous mes amis de Nollywood Radio France. Je suis vraiment contente d'être dans la radio et c'est vraiment un honneur pour moi. Je vous aime, je vous adore et je vous embrasse.
My name is Chichi Okonkwo. I am a producer, executive producer, a filmmaker, and an actress. I love Nollywood Radio France. I can't say that enough. It's a refreshing feeling to see what it's doing to elevate the entertainment industry worldwide via internet. And I will continue to do what I can as a member of this team to put out the words and bring in more people, entertainers, filmmakers, celebrities, and fans to support what we're doing. May God bless all our efforts.
Hey, je m'appelle Clara Fernando. J'aime beaucoup Nollywood Radio France.
The Nollywood Radio France absolutely rocks. This is the first radio station I've actually given an interview for, and I always remember Nollywood Radio France. I always remember Mr. Cyprian's Mr. Cyprian's
Chidi Joseph.
Chidi's great sense of humor. Radio station is 2 months old. I will urge everyone to support this radio station, watch this radio station, log on to this radio station, subscribe to this radio station, share it with a family, share it with a friend, share it with everyone all over the world. It promotes positivity, it promotes people, it promotes everything that is good. So you have to support something that is good rather than something that is bad. So it's a good radio station. Support Mr. Chidi, support the radio station, Nollywood France. Big up to Nollywood France. We'll spread the word here in the UK. We'll spread the word wherever we go. 110% support for you guys. I love you guys. I'm so grateful. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you a millionfold. And keep the flag burning and keep this radio station going.
Nollywood Radio France is doing a great job. I am so proud of you. We need all the support. We need all the encouragement. And we need all the exposure that this genre of movies can get worldwide. And you're doing a great thing. I am so proud of Nollywood France. It's still quite young, but you've made really big, giant strides. So it's a place to be. And I will call out to all other filmmakers, actors, actresses, writers to support this radio station because it's putting us there on the map. And that's what we want. We need support. We need visibility. We need to be heard. And you're doing that. And I have to say thank you so much. You're doing a great job. And anything we can do to also help you, we will do it. Because together, united we are, and the stronger we are. So good job.
I'm really happy that that Nollywood Radio France exists. I think we are doing the same thing. We are promoting Nollywood beyond its natural territories. Because, when I say that, because, in the UK, in Canada, and the US, it is already normal to have access to a lot of Nollywood information. But in France, it's still something new. And that's what we are doing with our festival, and that's what Nollywood Radio France is doing. So we are together in this battle. And I'm just happy that we are more and more, not just individuals, but entities working for more...
in partnership, right,
So we did a great job. I hear that people are coming, there's more and more people listening to this show all the time. As we speak, more people are signing up and everything. So I just can hope the best for Nollywood Radio France. I hope the radio will grow, the show will grow, and I'm sure it will anyway.
Yeah.
I know the person behind it, so I am not worried at all for this radio, and I really hope a lot of success and more partnerships between us. Let's keep doing it.
Yes, let's keep doing it. Welcome to episode 2 of Love in Paris. I'm your host, Cyprian Joseph. Croissants. Thank you. Thank you. Croissants. Bread. Butter. Butter. Thank you. Marmalade. Marmalade. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry for the way Mama treated you yesterday.
That's one of those things. It's okay.
What do you mean?
Oh la la, you didn't tell me he's black. That was what she said at the door. That's not good, Charlotte. That's too bad.
She might be right. It's more than 2 weeks now we have been dating. I don't even know where you live. What's your job? what you do for a living, Annie?
And what? And what, Charlotte? I know you are under the influence of your mom. I beg to leave, Charlotte. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm sorry.
Listen, Okeke.
Enough is enough. I'm sorry. I have to take a leave of you now.
Okeke, please don't go. I love you. Just reveal yourself to me. Who is Okeke and what's your profession?
Look at me, Charlotte. Look at me. Look at me.
Yes, I'm looking at you.
I'm Prince Okeke Charlie Boy. I'm a filmmaker. I have directed 21 Nollywood movies. Bad Animal, The More You Look, The Less You See, The Journey of the Orphan, and more.
Oh la la, Nollywood?
Yes, indeed. Take your call.
Call me after your rendezvous. I love you.
Thank you. Okay, see you.
Okeke, what's the matter?
I forgot my phone on the table. You'll be listening to Love in Paris, a radio drama written by Cyprian Joseph. Charlotte was played by Julie Gard, and Okeke was played by Cyprian Joseph, your host and producer of Nollywood Radio France. Find out what happens in the next episode. Thanks for listening.
Prayer Sunday. Have you been praying for something and you feel like God just isn't hearing you? Come and learn the effective principles of prayer and learn how to pray the word of God to receive your miracle this year. The location is at Mercy Seat Church, 14730 Mission Hills Drive, Houston, Texas, 77083. The telephone number is 713-894-0322.
Ministering Pastor, Pastor Henry Udoewa. Date, April 6, 2014. Time, 10:30 a.m. Come and be blessed.
Nollywood Film Festival Germany and Nollywood E-Golden Awards NEGA 2014 in Frankfurt, Germany calls for submission of Nollywood films for screening in Germany. Nollywood filmmakers all over the world who wish to see their films screened at the Nollywood Film Festival Germany 2014, holding at the prestigious Film Forum hosts VHS Cinema in Frankfurt am Main, Germany from 11th to 14th September 2014 are invited to send their films for assessment.
Also included in the program is the Nollywood E-Golden and EGA 2014, where top Nollywood living legend will be honored and awarded. Stand-up comedians and hip-hop megastars will be there for live performances. For details on how to enter your film into the festival and award ceremony, visit these websites: www.eizoyafilms.com, that's www.eizoyafilms.com, and www.filmform-host.com, that is www.filmform-host.com. Be a part of this prestigious event. Have your movies showcased in Germany and all over the world. Do not miss this event. Send your films in right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Christiana Awotayo show on Nollywood Radio France. Please give her a big round of applause.
Everybody, my name is Christiana Awatayo. I'm an actress, as you all know. Today, I wanted to do something different, something very entertaining for you listeners. I wanted to play two characters, an Essex girl and a fresh Nigerian girl that has just come from Nigeria. So I'm going to do two characters in one, and I hope that you will all be entertained by my funny sketch. So the two characters will be an Essex girl who is quite silly, doesn't really know much, and the Nigerian girl will be seen taking the mick out of the Essex girl, and the Essex girl will also be taking the mick out of the Nigerian girl. So let's see how it goes. Okay. Hi everybody, my name's Alex, Alexandra. They call me Alex for short, right? And I'm here with my friend, Bummy. At least she claims she's my friend, but she's always chatting up my men, and I don't understand why she does that. Sorry, what do you mean I chat up your men? As in, how? I chat up your men as in what? What do you mean I chat your men up? Excuse me, they love me because I've got what they want. Excuse me, Bummy, I'm not being rude or anything, but I'm the sexy one here at the end of the day, right? I don't know who you think you are, right? You come all the way from Nigeria thinking that you're some top hotshot or something, but you're nothing, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, you come over here thinking that you've got it all. Excuse me, I don't even understand a word you are saying. I don't know what this Essex something rubbish accent that you are talking here. Is that what they taught you in school? Is that how you should be talking? Are you stupid? I don't think you even have education. You're mad. Excuse me, hold on a minute. Did you just call me mad, mate? Excuse me, do you know what school I went to, mate? I went to Oxford University, right? I know how to do a lot of things, right? I know how to do nails, I know how to do hair, I know how to do everything, right? At least I go shopping every week. What the hell do you do? Excuse me, I do more than what you do. I have a good life. I don't need all the things that you have. You have shoes, you have gold, I don't care about those things. The main thing for me is education. As long as I have education, that's the main thing for me. So you better shut up this your SS rubbish accent, because I will slap you. Do you understand me? Are you stupid or what? Excuse me, you slap me, mate. You slap me, mate. Are you saying you're gonna slap me? Try and slap me and see what I'll do to you. I'll bloody punch you in the nose, mate. You know what I mean? I won't take any rubbish from anybody, right? I'm better than who you are. I don't know who you think you are. I'll bloody kill you, mate. You want to kill me? Oh yeah, kill me now. Do something to me. Wait, bring yourself here. Bring yourself over to me and try and kill me, you stupid idiot. I don't know who you think you are. You claim you are my friend. You are just running around, passing around with your stupid fake boobs, your tan all over your face. You look like an orange monkey, and you want to come to me as if you have something. You must be stupid. You better get out of my face now before I do something stupid to you. Right, you know what, I've had enough, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the immigration people for you. I'm going to call the immigration, and the immigration are going to take you, because you told me that you ain't even got a passport to be here, mate. How about that? I'm going to report you to the police right now, and the immigration are going to come and take you away. You stupid idiot. Who do you think you are talking to me like that? This is my country, mate, not your bloody country. Do you understand me? Do you bloody understand me? Do I want to be in this country anyway? Do I care? I don't give a damn anyway. Who are you? You are very stupid. I'm just trying to calm myself down. Oh, God help me, please. Oh, Holy Ghost fire, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, please hold me, because if I let myself loose now, as in, oh God, please help. Oh God, I think the devil wants to come out in me today. The devil? I'll tell you what, I'm a bloody devil. How about I come out right now? I'm a bloody devil. I'll bloody show you who I am. Do you understand me? You flipping idiot. I don't care who you think you are. You claim you're a bloody Christian, mate, and you're talking to me like that. You're a bloody devil, mate. Oh, God. I'm even sweating now. I want to feel it. Jesus. If I'm to... Oh, God, please. I'm so annoyed. As in, I need somebody to just calm me down right this minute. Because if I should do something to this stupid idiots, you know what? I'm just going to walk away from this situation, right? Because I'm the mature one here. Do you understand? I'm just going to walk away and leave you. Because if I do anything, right? If I bloody do anything, you know what? Just go away from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Christiana Awotayo Comedy Show on Nollywood Radio France. Please give her a very big round of applause.
Hi guys, my name is Christiana Awotayo. I'm a British-born actress. I live in London. And I love the comedy element of acting, and I'm just going to give you a preview of some of the accents that I can do. I will have some more videos coming out. I will also have a few comedy shows coming out as well. So I'm going to start off with a fresh Nigerian woman, and here we go. So hello everybody, my name is Bukola, and today I just want to thank God for everything He's done in my life. I just want to thank God. You know, in this London, it's very hard. You know, I've been working 24/7, spending money, working myself to death, and God, this London is so hard. Every time, if I just receive £100, it's blown. Why? What is this London about? I don't see the point. You know, I just suffer myself every day. But one thing I want to thank God for is that one day, I saw it in a dream that I will become a millionaire. I saw it in a dream. And I know that God is going to do that for me. I know that God will do it in my life. Jesus, Holy Ghost fire, praise God. I know God will do it. Because my faith is too strong, you know. And one other thing I want to say is that, why is it that kids in London, the way they talk to their parents, I don't get it. If it's me, I will, if I have children like that will just talk to their parents, I will slap the hell out of them. What kind of rubbish is that? What kind of bull rubbish is this? So anyway, I just have to bring out my frustration today because I'm just very annoyed, you know. Anyway, thank you all for listening to me today, and I will have a number of videos coming out for you. Don't worry. Thank you very much. Hi guys, it's Christiana Awotayo again, and today I'm going to be doing a typical British Essex accent. I don't know if you know what the accent sounds like, but I'll be doing that for you today. So here we go. So hi, my name is Lisa, and I live in Essex, right? And today has been a really, really good day for me because I've been doing loads of shopping and getting my hair and nails done and everything, and I really like doing that. And yeah, another thing I wanted to say is that I really like black guys. I think they're so sexy, right? I don't like white guys actually. I particularly like black guys because they're really, really sexy. I don't know what you think, but I think they're sexy anyway. And I really want a black boyfriend because all my friends, they don't like black guys because they're scared of them. But I think they're really hot. And, you know, what's wrong with having a black boyfriend? My kids will come out mixed race and I'll be so happy, and my kids will be so beautiful and sexy. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Or am I making any sense, or am I sounding a bit stupid? Yeah, I just really love life, basically. I like all the nice things in life, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, what's the other designers? Dolce & Gabbana. What's the other one again? Oh, fuck, I forgot.
oh shit, I can't remember. But there's so many designers that I really, really like, but I just don't have the money to buy them. So like, what I want to do is be with a really rich black guy so I can buy all the things that I want in life. Do you know what I mean? Because like, every girl wants to be rich, every girl wants to have a lot of money, and I do. I'm not an exception. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll speak to you later on, because I must rush off now. I'm really, really busy. So I'll see you later, alright my lovelies? Alright then, see you later.
Okay, hi guys, my name's Christiana Awatayo, and I'm an actress, and today I am going to do an Indian accent for you. I hope that you enjoy it. So here we go. So, hello everybody, my name is Nadra, and reason for talking today is a lot of things have been happening every day to me, I don't understand, okay? So, for example, yesterday I go outside, my friend is wearing short skirt, and I don't see reason for this. Every day wearing short skirt, dirty short skirt, why? I don't see a point of this, okay? And I tell them they need to respect themselves, or, you know, nobody respect them, you know? And I'm just very, very angry, I tell you. The reason why I'm very, very angry is that even the food they eat every day is very shit. They eat a shit food, you know? Why? If you come to my country, India, you eat very good food. And your belly will be fit, you know? Your body will be fit every day, you know? And I think I'm talking a little bit shit, but, you know, I'm trying my best to just explain my frustration. So, anyway, I will talk to you later because I'm very, very busy today. I've got a lot of things to do, and I don't have a time anymore, okay? So, I will talk to you later when you have a time to talk to me, okay? Oh, see you later, yeah? Take your time. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
It's happened to me. HIV. But it's not a death sentence. The by here, I go ahead join him. Oh, my woman, every man. My neck and come not the low. It's not a death sentence. Just come and be tested. You can't test the again. My way of status. It's not a death sentence.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. Your host is Cyprian Joseph. Today we bring you live from Paris. It Happened to Me, a new movie produced by UNESCO and directed by Christian Ihidero. This is what Mr. Christian Manhut, head of the section for museums and creativity at UNESCO, had to say about the movie.
Can you introduce yourself to our listeners, please?
Yes, I'm Christian Manhut. I'm the head of the section for museums and creativity at UNESCO, and we produced the film It Happened to Me, which was directed by Chris Ihidero in Nigeria. And this short film, which is only 17 minutes long, is the part of a larger project for creation of awareness among youth about HIV protection, and this is mainly done in Nigeria. Before we made the film, we had several workshops with social workers, youth groups, medical workers who work in the field of AIDS, and the result was then to do a film in Nigeria in one of the national languages. This film is in Igbo, and to tell a real story which happened exactly like this in a community in Nigeria, in eastern Nigeria, which you can discover in the film. And I think this film really speaks to the young people in Nigeria because it reflects their reality.
Now, what's the name of the film? Because you didn't talk about, you didn't give us the name. I mean, the name of the film.
Yeah, the name is It Happened to Me.
It Happened to Me.
Yes.
And then, what prompted UNESCO to produce this movie? Because you are now helping the Nollywood industry, if I should say that.
Yeah, our purpose was not to help the Nollywood industry, but we used Nollywood because Nigeria has this fantastic film industry, and for us it was evident that we would use them to produce the film and to have as director Chris Hidero, because we have seen other films made by him which we liked very much. And the UNESCO, I work in the sector of culture at UNESCO, and this film is the cultural approach to HIV prevention.
So it's a sort of awareness, like you say.
Absolutely, that's the awareness creating among youth for this, because Nigeria is one of the countries in the world which is most touched by the HIV, and the subject around AIDS are still very much a taboo in Nigeria, and therefore we try to break some of these taboos with the film, because only if you speak about reality of the people and not keeping all the taboos, you can reach the young people.
Now let's go to the taboos, because I know I come from Nigeria. I seem to understand the taboos you want to tell us. Can you just give us an idea of what you mean by taboos in Nigeria?
I think that AIDS is still a taboo. Then, for example, homosexuality is a taboo, and this taboo we did not break in the film because the film treats only with heterosexual transmission of the virus. But also to speak about this subject, we see it in the film that it's very difficult for the protagonists of the film to speak about this subject, and finally they do, and they do it for their best. And then the message of the film is, even if you contract the virus, this is not a death sentence. So you're not condemned to death, because if you test it in time, you know about your status, and then you can treat yourself and you can stop contaminating other people with the virus.
Now, which means are you using to distribute this movie? Because it's for an awareness in Nigeria, and is it in schools? Is it in the cinema theaters? I mean, in Nigeria now. So, can you tell us by which means can you reach the people concerned, or people that might be concerned in future?
Yeah, I think we have to use very different means, because in Nigeria you have on the one side very big cities with 10 million inhabitants, like Lagos, for example, but also Abuja, which is a huge city. And then you have a lot of rural areas, and it is important to reach the youth in both types of areas. And we will. This is a plan. For the moment, we have not yet organized it. So this will be our next step. The first step was to produce the film, to launch it. What is done today, and now we will work with the youth groups which work in the rural areas, but also in the big cities, and go out, with youth workers to the rural areas, to the villages. And you see it at the end of the film also, when we present this film to rural areas, that immediately there's a discussion about the subject. And what Chris told me, when he went out to the rural areas, the people after the film, they went to test themselves to know about their HIV status.
Okay, not to take much of your time, why are you showing the movie in France? I've been in Paris now.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a good question, because France is francophone and not anglophone. But this is because we have the UNESCO headquarters here in France, and we wanted to mark this event at the headquarters where we reach all countries. For example, when we did the premiere of the film at UNESCO 2 days before, we had media from Africa which came, and we had delegations from countries all over the world attending this event, because I think it can serve as a model, this film, to be distributed to other countries, not only in Africa but also Latin America, because HIV and AIDS is still a big taboo in so many countries in the world today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
You are welcome to Nollywood Radio France. I'm your host, Cyprian Joseph. My special guest today is Chris Ihidero, director of the movie It Happened to Me. Please stay with us.
It happened to me. HIV. But it's not a death sentence. The by join him. Oh, my woman. Every man. My neck and come not the low. It's not a death sentence. Just come and be tested. You can test the again. My way of status. It's not a death sentence. Just know your
I would like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Okay, my name is Chris Ihidero. I work with Amaka Igwe Studios in Lagos, Nigeria. I am the director of It Happened to Me, a short film on HIV, AIDS, and young people in Nigeria.
So, why did you come all the way from Nigeria to show the movie in Paris? Is it because it's the capital of culture, or just give us a reason?
I guess so. The film was supported by UNESCO, and UNESCO wanted us to hold a premiere at the UNESCO headquarters here in Paris, because they saw it as a good film that will work as an advocacy tool. And since we're also close to the HIV/AIDS week, we thought it was a fantastic idea to come and premiere it, and it was fantastic. Which is why we brought it to Paris to come and see. It's a short film. It's only 15 minutes, but it's fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. And now, who were in the movie? I mean, the crew, and how did you do the casting? Or was it easy to get people coming to act in this movie?
It was pretty easy because, of course, I work with Amaka Igwe Studios, and that's a recognizable production company, the leading Nigerian TV and film production company. Secondly, there are only 4 professional actors in the film. Only the young people, DK, Kene, Sochima, and the young girl. Mm-hmm. They are the only 4. All the others were villagers. They had never acted before in their lives, and they were members of the village where we went to shoot, and they were magnanimous enough to partake in the film, and they all gave brilliant performances, I believe. And the film is done in Igbo language, which is very crucial. They were all comfortable because we were doing it in their mother tongue, in the language they speak every day, and which makes the acting real and all of that. So it was fantastic to have that experience. There aren't that many taboos that will stop people from doing a good film, knowing that you are passing across a message. So it was really great working with them, and the experience was fantastic.
Yeah, you said a great film. Why did you choose this subject, HIV? Because
as we know, it is, while there's been advances in medical sciences concerning HIV and contacting it and how people live with it and all of that, there are still some taboos around it. We still ascribe its contact perhaps to some evil spirit, some Ogbanje spirit and all. It is real. That's real. To pretend otherwise is to be foolish. And there are people who still are not having safe sex, who still are not doing all those things. Beyond that, there are people who are afraid to find out their status so that they won't have to go and because of fear. So the film encourages you to go find out your status, and that there is treatment available for you, and that HIV, it's no longer a death sentence. And it was important to pass across that message, especially to young people who, as you know, are still in that point in their lives where they can take risk. And we want them to take informed, knowledgeable risk, not silly risk that could affect their lives. HIV is no longer a death sentence, even in Nigeria. PEPFAR, UNESCO, UNAIDS, National Agency for the Control of HIV, they've all done fantastic work over the past 10 years to work on HIV. But as the report showed this year, the rate of infection is also rising. And it's a global thing, not just Nigeria, because people are now feeling that, we have dealt with this HIV thing, we can continue. And we are trying to remind people that no, we cannot continue to make choices that are not safe.
Now, one question is, how are you going to reach people? How are you going to send a message? Will you go to schools, or you go to churches, or how are you going to do it to reach a good number of people not to be contaminated?
In many ways, UNESCO already has a fantastic arrangement with a lot of NGOs who work in the area of HIV/AIDS. I attended a workshop in Abuja with them in December 2012, and what we are going to do on getting back to Nigeria is to put this film in DVDs and send to each and every one of them. And they work already on the field, so everywhere they go, they will show the film as one of the moves to get people to talk about HIV and AIDS. That's one. Secondly, it's going to be online, and we have experienced this with our last short film, which currently has over 100,000 views on YouTube. It's also going to be on where young people go in Nigeria, which is to social media. Bella Niger, Linda EKG, NetNG. These are the most popular sites for young people in Nigeria. The film will be on those sites. Finally, it's going to be on television. We have made a deal with Q Entertainment Networks, which is going to show the film all through 2014. And Q is going to be received in 44 countries across Africa on the DSTV platform. So we already are going to get the film to everybody wherever they may be.
Now, talking about the protection of young people, especially young people, because they are the future generation, are you going to encourage them to use condoms, like we have got condom machines in Paris and everywhere in Europe? Is that one of the ways to help them not to be contaminated? Can you do that in Nigeria, really?
Everybody preaches abstinence as the first cause, but reality has shown us that in environments where condom use has been emphasized, there's been a reduction in infection of HIV. That is a fact. That's not an opinion. So what we are trying to do with this film is to, of course, encourage young people to go towards that area. Condoms are easily and readily available almost everywhere in Nigeria. Yes, we do not have vending machines, but there is always the Megad or the store where a packet of condom is sold. So it's not that condoms are not easily available, and they are cheap. The last time I checked, you would get a pack of 4 condoms for like 20 naira. Okay. So they are easily available, they are cheap. It's to encourage people to use them and not to take risky action. That's the next stop for us.
Now, I don't know you really, but I know from talking with you that you've got an extensive biography. Let's talk about other movies you've done.
I haven't done any full feature movies. I've done 2 short films. The first one is called Big Daddy, which is a short film on rape, and it's available on YouTube. We did that 2 years ago, and it was through that film that UNESCO contacted us to do this film, actually. Yes, we did that 2 years ago, and it was a big hit in Nigeria. I have done about 100 hours of television directing Fuji House of Commotion in Nigeria, which is produced by Amaka Studios, directing VIP, Now We Are Married, Tempest, all the other things I've worked on since I moved to film from the theater in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked in the theater for 10 years before I moved to film in 2007, and it's been a fantastic experience. So these are the things I have done. I also work as a writer. I write a weekly column for Nigerian Entertainment Today. I do trainings for the British Council, for the Center for Excellence in Film and Media Studies, which is the training arm of Amaka Igwe Studios. So those are basically the things I do.
Yeah, but I see, I understand that your subjects are not just light subjects. They are subjects for debate. Now you've chosen rape again. Do you think there's a lot of rape in Nigeria?
Of course, we don't treat rape well in Nigeria because oftentimes the victim is always blamed, which is sad. And 2 years ago, I thought that we needed to address that, which was why I made Big Daddy. Yes, my subjects tend to be that way when I make short films, because I believe that the short film medium is the best, perhaps the easiest way to tell a story and make an impact. It doesn't cost a great lot of money to do. It is small, it is short, so it can be taken immediately by a lot of people. You can push it on mobile phones, on the internet. You can get it around easily. So I've decided that I'm going to use my short films to make an impact, to address issues I am concerned about. Next year I'll be doing a couple of short films on mental health in Nigeria. I'll be doing another one on HIV, but HIV is not the core story. It's more about survival as human beings. I have all those kind of things lined out. So my promise to myself is at least once every year, I'll make a short film that discusses an issue that we usually will not talk about in Nigeria.
Just the last question. Can you tell us how much, an estimate, or how much a short film can cost, the whole production?
The first thing you get in training as a filmmaker is you never know how much a film would cost until you have seen a screenplay. Because one scene in a short film, say for instance, if your scene opens by saying a plane lands in Lagos, that scene already takes half of your budget. So you never know how a film can cost. An estimate is it can be from between 1,000 naira to 1 million to 20 million. Depends on what story you're telling.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Nollywood Radio France. Keep checking on this website for new episodes of Nollywood Radio France. Like us on Facebook. You can also log in to our website www.nollywoodfrance.com.
Welcome to Nollywood Radio France. My special guest today is Adenike Adebayo. As you will see in this interview, our guest is passionate about Nollywood movies and always excited to share her reviews on her YouTube channel with thousands of viewers and fans across the globe. Welcome to Nollywood Radio France.
Thank you very much.
Now, I would like you to introduce yourself to our listeners.
Well, my name is Adenike Adebayo. I'm a Nollywood movie reviewer on YouTube. And when I'm not doing that, I'm an attorney. I actually practice law in the US. I practice family law, immigration, and I do a little bit of criminal too. So that's kind of what my life consists of right now. Practicing of law and then watching Nollywood movies.
We shall come to that. To that. Now, as a film critic, what does Nollywood mean to you today?
Well, Nollywood means a lot. I've been a Nollywood fan for forever, for ages. Growing up, my parents and my siblings used to watch movies, Nollywood movies back then, and we actually used to have competitions about who could name the actors, the actresses, and all of that. So it was quite fun. I grew up watching Nollywood movies, and so seeing how far Nollywood has come actually makes me quite excited. And that's why I think I'm even more passionate about Nollywood, because I remember back in the days how the movies used to be, and so compared to their productions right now, I have to give it to them. They've really come a long way.
Yeah, you just said that you used to watch Nollywood movies with your siblings. Is that in Nigeria or in Atlanta, where you live now?
That was back in Nigeria. I was born and raised in Nigeria.
Okay, and what type of movies were you guys watching that period? Is that...
Well, we used to watch a lot of Yoruba, a lot of movies too, English Nollywood movies. And by that I mean when I think back, I can still remember movies like Silent Night and Onome and Violated and all these beautiful movies. And in terms of the Yoruba movies, I can really remember Tioluwanile and just all these mainframe productions. So yeah, we used to watch Yoruba movies, but then Nollywood English movies too.
And then you were doing your little reviews that time, you have to...
Well, yeah, I used to, we all did, my brothers would say, can you guess that actor's real name? And I'll be like, I'm not sure. And it was just, it was always fun. It was always fun having a family time with Nigerian movies.
Okay, that's very interesting. So how did your training as a BSc in mass communications and a Juris Doctor degree in law, licensed in state of Georgia, help in preparing you for a career as a film critic?
Well, I think I've always been a talker. I grew up being a talker. I've always had a voice. I tell my friends that God created me to have a voice about something, whatever it is. But I feel like I was created to be able to talk about something. So right from high school and getting into undergrad to study mass communications, I think every class I took and every step I took prepared me for where I am today. 4 years of undergrad, I was still talking to one of my lecturers, a few weeks ago, and I was telling him, thank you so much for everything you taught me, because it was so helpful. It pushed us really hard, but looking back, I see. So I was really, really happy to talk to him and to say thank you. So yeah, the classes I took, the internships I did, all prepared me for where I am today. I wouldn't like to say I'm there yet, because I know there is always room to grow, but for where I am right now, I'm learning with each day that passes. That's what I can say. But yeah, so I don't want to keep rambling on or whatever, but I feel like I've been prepared through all the classes I've taken and my love for Nollywood and my personal experiences too.
And again, we can see your talent also given to you by God.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's what I don't like to think of it as a bad thing. Like, hey, she talks a lot or whatever.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, that leads me to the next question. What preparations do you make before taking on Nollywood movie to review, especially since you appear on camera for your YouTube channel?
Well, most times I've gotten to a stage right now where people actually tell me what movies they want me to talk about. When I initially started, it wasn't like that. I was just, it was a new idea to them. Here comes this girl, she's coming on YouTube to come and shout at the producers and all of that. And it took Nigerians and all my viewers, even non-Nigerians, a while to get used to the idea. But eventually they did. And now I've developed such a relationship with them such that they tell me, oh, Nika, this is the movie we want you to talk about, or that is the movie we want you to talk about. So I listen to what most of them are talking about, and then I go find the movie, even if sometimes I pay $5 or $7 to watch a movie, and I watch the movie, but while I'm watching it, I'm taking notes. So I already have my pen and paper with me. So I'm taking all the notes because I don't want to forget anything. So I'm taking notes and I watch it from the beginning to the end. And then I come to my conclusion about the movie. There are times I
sit back to think about the movie. But most times, when I'm done watching the movie, put out my pen and paper, and I'm ready to record my video.
And then you said people call you. Are they your friends or your fans?
No, not my friends. My fans, actually.
Really?
Most of them have access to my email because my email and my Facebook page and all of that, it's always on my videos. So they always send me emails, or they just leave a comment on any of my videos saying, hey, this is the movie we want you to talk about next. Good job. Some of them have my numbers. But my friends think it's strange that I'm on the internet. You know, so my friends don't really comment. If they have anything to say, they just call me and talk to me about it. But most people that talk on the website or on YouTube, they are my fans, not my friends.
And then they might be asking you also, what time do you have to do all this?
Yes.
You see, as an attorney, and again she comes again on Nollywood, but you everywhere. Whoa! Just tell our listeners, what time do you have to do all this?
I have no time. I mean, you see how difficult it was to get a hold of me.
Yes.
I have absolutely no time. I do. You know, when I initially started, people thought I was crazy. My mom actually thought it was a project for school. She didn't know it was something for the internet, and I did not tell my family members. It was so funny. My brother actually found me online, and then he called me and said, hey, Nike, is this you I'm watching on YouTube? And I was like, what? Yeah, that's me. And that was how he found out. So I didn't really tell anybody about it, because most of them just don't understand why and how I have time to do all of that. But I make time. During the week I'm working, and full time, you know, I'm going to work and all of that, working with my clients. And then on weekends when I'm not working, I deal with my Nigerian movies and recording for YouTube.
Do you find pleasure doing it? Because
Absolutely, I do. I guess if I did not a long time ago, I would have stopped. There are times I've actually gotten to a point where I was just like, this is it. I cannot keep doing both of these things, but just the passion that I have for it, and I've developed such a followership that I don't want to leave my fans hanging. Case in point, the last video that I uploaded onto YouTube, I wasn't as bubbly and my energy wasn't as high and I wasn't as excited as I normally am, because when I recorded the video, I was stressed out. I was tired, but I knew I needed to get something out there. So I left a message on there saying, you know, hey guys, I'm sorry, this might not be as exciting as always, but just bear with me for this one occasion. And, you know, they were quite understanding that, hey, you know, we understand what you're going through and all of that. So, yeah, I have a personal relationship with them, and I'm very...
That's wonderful. Now, what qualities and training do you think a good film critic should have?
I think being a film critic is not anything you need to go to school for. You know, you shouldn't have to go to school to learn how to be a movie critic. You know, I believe that if you just need to have the eyes to look past, beyond all the paparazzi and the extravaganza going on in the movie. You know, it's not all about just driving Range Rovers up and down and doing all of that in a movie. So I think for a good and a very intelligent movie reviewer or movie critic, if you will, you have to be able to look past the basics of the movie and look into the technical aspect and think, okay, what if they had used this other actor? What if they had ended the story this other way? So you have to be able to play around with the movie and with the ideas in your head. And for the most part, you just need to be able to enjoy and love watching movies. Because I've watched so many movies such that there are some I don't even watch to the end before I know how it's gonna end, you know. So you have to have a love for it and enjoy it. It's something that I believe should come naturally to you. You should be excited when you're talking about movies.
Can you give us just an estimate of the number of movies you have watched? I know you cannot remember. Yes, you cannot remember everything, but just an estimate. Yeah, number of movies.
A lot. I'll tell you, but I will answer that question by telling you this. I have about a little bit over 80 videos on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. So I watch a lot of Nollywood movies. I can't even place a number on it.
Who are the film critics who have influenced you the most?
Just one, actually. Just one, because there are no movie critics in Nigeria that I'm aware of. But when I was going to start out this journey that I'm on right now, the movie critic I actually looked up to was a guy called Jeremy Jans on YouTube, actually.
Oh.
He reviews American movies, like Hollywood movies and all of that. That's what he does. So, and he does it, and he has a fantastic number of followership. He does such a great job. It's exciting to watch, and I listen to him, I listen to how he talks about the movies and all of that. So that was, I still watch his videos up to today, just so I kind of keep improving on my craft too. I'm sure he doesn't even know me, but he is very good at what he does. And of course, most people might know of Rotten Bananas, the website. They also do movie reviews and all of that. So those are the movie critics I look up to.
Have you ever watched Roger Ebert?
No.
Okay.
Heard that person.
Yeah, he died last year. Anyway, one of the greatest American.
No. I know him.
Yeah.
He used to be. He had a TV show.
Yeah.
He had a TV show, and he used to give either a double thumbs up or a double thumbs down.
Yes.
I know him, and yes, I knew of him. I did not know of him until after I started reviewing.
Okay.
Summer Europe Tour 2004, Patience Ozopo, Mama G, Basket Mouth, and American boy Jim Ike had a successful European tour of 17 cities. Ehizoya Golden Entertainments, Berlin, and Landsworth Images Limited, Nigeria proudly present Mama G Summer Europe Tour 2004. Paris, Belgium, Amsterdam, Athens, Thessalonica, Lisbon, Antwerp, Torino, and many more cities. This live concert show is a performance never before seen by any artist. Mama G Summer Europe Tour 2004, whip-cracking, explosive, entertaining. It's an eye-opener. Mama G Summer Europe Tour 2004, a must-watch. Get your copy now. Exclusively packaged by Isaac Izoya, the cultural ambassador of Berlin. Lancelot Odwai Maswe, the governor of Nigeria. Mama G Summer Europe Tour 2004, available on VHS, VCD, and DVD worldwide. Grab a copy.
My father used our house to move it so that they want to come to this Europe. Emphasize on this, so in the name of God Almighty, return the money I borrowed to send it to Europe.
Izoya Golden Entertainment in Berlin proudly presents Zero Your Mind, a film showcasing the fantasy and fact of life. When a father mortgages his house for his son to travel abroad in search of greener pastures, hope for a better tomorrow rises, and the fate of the family lies in the hand of the boy in Europe.
I borrowed money to send this boy to Europe. Europe is not just. Europe is not easy. Look at how you do. Europe is not easy. I'm sure you came with a very big car. Europe is not easy. You build a house for your father. Europe is not easy. You want to buy the whole city.
Zero your mind. Now there's a twist, for abroad is not a bed of roses. Matters got worse as hope was dashed. Zero your mind. Will happiness turn sadness for a hoping parent? Zero your mind. A true life drama packed with beautiful twists and turns and stunning surprises. Zero your mind. A presentation of Izoya Golden Entertainment Berlin and Landsworth Images Nigeria. Zero your mind. A film shot in the beautiful city of Berlin and Nigeria. Zero your mind. Izono, Jama, Cold Sweat, Eddie Oviaho, Isaac Izoya, producing Gibson Davids and Alton Davids. Zero Your Mind, a reality hard to believe. Zero Your Mind, produced by Isaac Izoya and directed by Lancelot Odwa Imaswa, the governor. Zero Your Mind. Heroes make an extra effort. You'll never know until you get a copy. Watch out.
Welcome to part 2 of my conversation with Adenike Adebayo. Why do you stay involved with Nollywood movies?
You know what? I do not know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Because so many people have asked me a lot of times. In fact, half of my friends do not love Nollywood movies. They do not. They do not understand my passion for it. They do not understand why I love it so much. And I don't understand it either. I just have this love for Nollywood that I can't seem to shake off, or that I can't seem to ignore, and I can't seem to just give up on them. So I have to say it's just the love I have for Nollywood actors and actresses, and Nollywood movies in general. When I say Nollywood, I want to be clear that I'm referring to African movies, Ghanaian movies, Kenyan movies, African movies in general. I love the productions that come out of Africa.
You just said it. Is it because it's showing African culture, African heritage, African way of life? Is that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a part of it. But I mean, even before I traveled out of Nigeria, I was still very much involved in Nollywood. So I think the cultural aspects might be a part of it, but I think it's just a love I have for it. I grew up watching Nollywood movies, so I feel like I'm a part of it, quote unquote.
So, what informs the rating of 0 to 10 you so boldly assign to Nollywood movies you review?
Yeah, and I don't think, if my memory serves me well, I don't think I've ever given a movie a 10. But anyway, to answer your question, I look at the picture quality, the video quality, I look at the music, I look at the sound, I look at costumes, the skills, the characterizations too, the cast. You know, there are times I watch a movie and I'm like, well, this other person would have done a better job in this role. So I look at that too. Then I look at how the actors and actresses portray the characters and how relatable they are in the movie. There are some actors that are quite boring to watch, and there are some that are exciting to watch, you know. So I look at that also, and then I look at the story and the execution of the story. I look at how they put all those things together and how they're able to bring a movie out of it. So yeah, I look at all those things and then a few other things, and of course I look at the mistakes, because they make tons of mistakes all the time, and I look at, you know, the attention to detail is what I like to call it. So I look at a lot of things. I might be watching it, I mean, I don't pause it, but I'm watching a scene and 10 things are going up in my head, like, okay, that's right, this is wrong, this is right. You know, it's just, I've gotten so used to it that it comes naturally to me.
Wow. So, can you give us one or two of your all-time favorite Nollywood films you have watched or reviewed? Please elaborate on why you choose them. Who are your 5 favorite actors or actresses?
Okay, so I'll divide that question into two. Number one, my all-time favorite Nollywood movie, I cannot tell you, because there is, as far as I'm concerned, there is old Nollywood and new Nollywood. Now, old Nollywood, I mentioned these movies earlier. They are, for me, they are Diamond Ring, Silent Night with Ramsey Noah, Violated, Onomed. Those were amazing movies. I was quite young when they were released, but they were just embedded in my memory. So I love those movies. And of recent, you know, there was Figurine by Clay Afolayan, and there was Mami, Unforgivable by Dayo Amusa, Finding Mercy of recent, so there are a few movies here and there that I love. I cannot just pick one or two. Of course, there's also Rita Dominic's The Meeting, which I absolutely love too. So yeah, my movies, let's not forget, I watched movies too, and I've seen the Unforgivable that I mentioned is actually a Yoruba movie. Okay. And another Yoruba movie that I loved was this movie titled I've forgotten the title, but yeah, so lots of movies that I love. I cannot pick and choose.
Okay, so and again, it might be delicate for you to say you have a favorite actor or actress in your position as a critic.
Well, I do have my favorites actually. I mean, I'm only human, so I have my favorites. But however, I do not let that influence what I'm going to say about their movie. I tell people this person is my favorite, but they disappointed me or not. Take for example, I love Mercy Johnson Okoje. I think she's an amazing actress, and there is very few of her kind in Nollywood. But she has, what I've noticed about her is that she has poor judgment when it comes to picking a script or participating in a movie. So I never cease to call it as it is. I never cease to tell people. I love Mercy Johnson. I love Ramsey Noah. I love Rita Dominic. I think she's an amazing actress. I also love, of course, Genevieve Inaji. I love Keten Shore. I love Joseph Benjamin. He's just up and coming in Hollywood, but I think he's a very good actor too. In terms of Yoruba movies, I love Odunade, Adekola Funke Akindele, Dayo Amusa. I love, most of them are very good actors, so I love them. I can tell you the ones I'm not a fan of, but I love most of them.
Okay. How did you make your entry into Nollywood, and how and when did you realize that you had arrived at a third place critic?
Well, I made my entry 2 years ago when I said to my friend, I said, I want to do something on YouTube. I want to be a part of the YouTube community. And I told her, I want to do something. And she was like, well, what do you want to do? I said, I have no idea. So I played around with a few ideas. Maybe I was going to talk about hair or makeup or whatever. But I quickly realized that was not my strong suit. That was not my strong point. And the market that talked about hair and makeup on YouTube was oversaturated. So I needed to create a niche for myself. I needed to create a platform that had not been tapped at all. So I would just like to thank God for the idea, because I don't know where it came from, but it just came to me like, okay, I need to talk about Nollywood. Because I'm sitting down with my friends who are watching this movie, and I'm just commenting and talking about it. So I was like, this would be a good thing to do. And I researched, I realized that nobody was doing that on YouTube. It was quite interesting to me. I was like, wow, okay, so I'm going to be the first one to actually start Nollywood movies. And that was how I started. Just me, and wow, it was tough when I started. But hey, I'm here today. I don't believe I've arrived, but the moment I felt like, okay, my videos weren't pointless was the day I got a feedback from one of the producers. Okay. And he actually said, thank you very much for reviewing my movie. Thank you for the corrections you pointed out, and I appreciate it. And I was like, okay, people are watching and they're listening. So that was the moment for me when I felt, okay, yes, this is it.
Yeah. Do you charge money for the reviews?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think as a movie reviewer, I can go to your movie premiere if you invite me. If you say, hey, Nike, there's going to be a premiere tomorrow, would like you to be there, that's fine. Or if you invite me to events, I can do that. But if you say, Nike, this is my movie, review it, I'm going to pay you 10,000 naira or whatever, what of you, I think that would be the line, because it would be very difficult to tell someone who just paid you that, hey, your movie is crap, don't produce it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very difficult, unless if they're willing to accept what my judgment is, regardless of whatever amount they pay me. But as of right now, no, I am not being paid for the movie reviews I do. It's strictly just my passion.
There are films out there that people are not caught. How do you, as an authoritative film critic, resist the temptation of not being swept along by marketing and advertising?
Well, I've never been one to go with the crowd. I've always been woman on. I say what I feel. I say it how I say it, and I just do. I don't care how much you put into the production, and it's not good. It's not good, because I feel like, if considering the economy right now, especially in Nigeria, most people have to work really hard for their money. And so if someone is going to decide that, okay, here is 500 naira that I worked really hard for, and I'm going to spend it on this movie, or okay, you're going to the cinema, you have to pay 1,000 naira. I believe people should get what they are paying for. So if you and your friends just gather in a room and you shoot a movie, use it, and then you now complain that, hey, Nika is here because Nika is judging my movie or whatever, I think it doesn't follow. So I say it like it is. People should get what they pay for, and people should get the best for their time and for their money.
Yeah. So the next question is, how do you assess the inroads Nollywood is making in the African diaspora worldwide?
I'm not sure about the question.
So,
I understand what you just said. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
What I mean is, how do you assess the growth of Nollywood today?
Oh, I think the growth is fantastic. They're growing at such a fantastic rate that even the banks in Nigeria, the beverage companies, residents is willing to invest in them. I think they said entertainment industry right now is like, what, 40% or maybe 50% of Nigeria's economy. So it's growing at such an alarming rate that, but at the same time, it's growth we've always wanted. And that's why there are people like me, because we just want them to be able to produce movies that can compete on the same level with Hollywood movies.
Yeah. So what are your greatest hopes and biggest fears for Nollywood's future?
My hopes for Nollywood's future is that I hope they get to that point where Nollywood and Africa in general will produce a movie that would stand side by side with Hollywood movies. I would really, really love that to happen. I think that would be a fantastic thing to happen to not just Nollywood but to Africa in general. So I'm really looking forward to that, to the day that would happen. That a Nollywood movie or an African movie would win an Oscar. That would be amazing. But however, I'm worried that Nollywood, in a way, is conveying this life and this idea to the younger generation that's not true, which is that you don't have to work hard, you just have to look good, and for ladies you just have to sell yourself out there and you're gonna start making money. Because if you notice, most of Nollywood movies, they always involve flashy cars, partying, lots of money, lots of half-naked girls, and then I'm going like, well, what are you telling this younger generation? They become 20 years old and you're hearing them saying, hey, I want to drive a 2015 Range Rover or, something. So they don't want to work hard because what they see on TV is telling them that it's okay that at 20 you should have it all, which is not true. So I'm worried about that impact that Nollywood might be having on the younger generation.
Don't you think the storyline in most of the Nollywood movies reflects the Nigerian society?
say most. I would say some of them.
Okay.
Some of them do. Some of them do not. Some of them are just concocted and just produced and just put out there. So I would not agree that most of them, but maybe some of them do. Some of them are quite realistic. Maybe the movies that preach against violence, child abuse, money rituals, and now that part I agree with. But there are just some movies that from A to Z is just plain partying, girls prostituting in school, and then at the end they die. But before they get to the end, you see all these flashy cars and they're just spending money and spending money. Some of the actors even drive cars in the movies that they don't drive in real life. You know? So people are going to be watching the movies and be like, oh, it must be so rich. But when in real life, he doesn't even have a car. You know, so I believe there should just be a balance to both worlds. There should be a balance to it.
What do you think about the marketers? Because they say they hold the keys to the Nollywood market.
I've heard about those scenarios in Nigeria, and I have to tell you, I find it quite strange and interesting that the Association of Marketers should have so much power up to the extent of them even banning someone from acting because she...
Like Mercy Johnson, for example.
Too much. Yeah. Like Mercy Johnson, you know, banning her from charging. That's just... I'm telling you that I'm worth 2 million naira per movie. If you cannot afford me, carry your business and go somewhere else. You know, as in it's not by force, you know. So I don't understand why you would ban Mercy Johnson.
Okay, so the last question is, as a respected film critic, what message do you have for your fans who take your recommendations for what to watch or not to watch?
I want to say thank you very much to my fans. I know very few people that have been with me from the very first day and up until today. They still watch my videos. I've never met them. I don't even know who they are or where they live, but they always leave me such positive YouTube. So thank them for staying with me. And I also want to thank my viewers. I also want to tell my viewers to keep loving Nollywood. They will get better. They will get there. But until then, just keep the faith alive. And keep watching me, so that you don't waste. Keep watching me. Keep watching me on YouTube. Keep sharing me with your friends, so that you don't waste time on movies that you shouldn't watch. That's what I'm here for, so that you don't waste your time. I know it sounds weird, but I waste my time so that you don't waste yours.
I like that.
If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and thank you very much for having me on Nollywood France. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Le soleil s'est levé sur le firmament de mon continent mille couleurs. Africa, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Afrique, terre Africa, un jour viendra, tu sécheras toutes tes larmes. Congo, River, Gabon, Tibesti, Kalari, Fouta, Jalon. Africa, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Ils ont rempli d'Égyptières, de cris de peine, de crimes de haine, l'enfer des ténèbres. Terre Africa, oh, un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Séchera toutes tes larmes. Oh, danse. Un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Danse, danse et chante. Un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Como River, Charity Vesti, ou Bangui Alima Fouta Djalon. Marche droit, relève-toi. Un jour viendra, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Africa, oh, liberté. Oh, Africa, unité. Oh, terre Africa, oh, terre Africa, oh, je viendrai, tu retrouveras tout ton charme. Indépendance, tcha-tcha, sans gagner, oh, liberté, Afrique, oh, Tunisie, oh, Marocain, oh, Mobile, Nairobi.